You are looking live at Thompson Field here in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. We've got a good one on tap for you tonight. The Heritage Hall Chargers and number one ranked Heritage Hall Chargers are in town to face the Pauls Valley Panthers, a little district foe here tonight. I'm Reeves Mitchell alongside co-host Dave Myrick. Dave, first time on the call. How are you feeling, buddy?
Feel great, Reeves. Really excited to be alongside a legend like you, and just hoping I can live up to your standards and not let you down tonight.
Well, I'm thinking the same way towards you, man. Let's go ahead and get into our Super Prep Future Player of the Game, Charlie Gaudiabadi. Dave, what can you tell me about this man?
Well, Reeves, we know about Bass at quarterback, a lot of accolades there. In order for that to happen, you have to have someone protect you, right? And that's this guy, 3-year starter on the offensive line, 2-year starter on the defensive line. He protects the blind side of Bass, keeps his jersey clean, devastating in run blocking, just a great attitude. One of those team-first guys that you can really build around.
And you need some of those linemen on your team to really mesh a team like this and have good guys up front to really pave the way for your skill players like Andy Bass. That's a great point. We're going to take it quickly to commercial, and we're going to be back with a weather report.
Miller Tippins is an award-winning commercial construction company specializing in building relationships. Our mission is to improve the lives of the people we serve. Exceptional work requires an exceptional team. No matter the scale of your project, we are committed to delivering excellence from our owner-driven team with over 100 years of combined experience. Let us be your A-team. Miller Tippins, your champions of commercial construction.
Welcome back to Pauls Valley, Oklahoma on a gorgeous Thursday evening. It's Thursday Night Football on Prime. Just kidding. This isn't Amazon Prime. This is NFHS Network and Charger Vision. Currently around 87 degrees with a wind coming out of the south, or blowing towards the northwest at about 8 miles per hour, possibly gusting up to 12. And towards the end of the game, we'll be dipping down into the lower 80s, possibly 80 flats. And it's a bit warmer than last week, so Oklahoma weather. Isn't winter coming soon? Time flies fast these days. Guys, back to you.
Reeves, let's move on down to the Joe Cooper Auto Group. Keys to victory. Well, what are your keys to victory tonight?
Yeah, first one, discipline eyes on defense. I mean, Dave, this Pauls Valley team, they're going to run a lot of misconception, reverse type plays, so you really have to own in on the backfield and make sure you're watching the right guy, because I think they're going to run a lot of kind of misdirection type plays to try to get the Charger defense off their footing. And then improve tackling. Dave, that's one harp you could say on this Charger team so far this year is they've had a couple games where it's been hard to tackle and they've given up big plays because of it. So tonight, really zone in on that tackling, get the first guy down, and have a mob mentality to where everyone is flying to the ball, everyone's getting on that ball carrier. And then last one, signature the Hall start. Heritage Hall loves to start fast in games like this, especially district games. So really try to zone in and score that first drive, get the 7-0 lead, or get a stop on defense to start. Very important here for Heritage Hall tonight.
Yeah, getting off to a fast start seems to be the key there. I mean, the quarterback here for the Panthers, Tanner Perry, very quick, elusive on the outside. Going to be key for that Heritage Hall defensive front to be disruptive, get in the backfield, and really stop things before they get going.
No doubt. And looking at our little scouting report here for Pauls Valley on our sheet, for their offense, it talks about a lot of pre-snap motion and misdirection. So that goes back to the first key on your Joe Cooper Auto Group keys to victory. Discipline eyes on defense. You got to watch the right guy, and also don't overplay the ball, because there could always be a reverse coming back the other way. Stay sharp on that. And then for the defense for Pauls Valley, you're going to see a base 3-4, solid defensive line, slow and easy to exploit. They're known to switch up their scheme, though, for big games. So let's see if they do that early in this game.
Yeah, I expect to see multiple fronts out of Pauls Valley, to be honest with you. Probably throw the kitchen sink at this. Got a very good Heritage Hall team in town tonight, and I expect them to pull out all the stops on defense included, Reeves, and they're going to need it.
They definitely are going to need it. This Heritage Hall team is prolific. Head-to-head all time, Heritage Hall and Pauls Valley have only squared off 3 times. Heritage Hall is 3-0. You go back to 2022, Heritage Hall won 56-20 over Pauls Valley. Dave, Andy Bass in that game, 243 yards passing, 3 touchdowns through the air, and a touchdown run.
Wow. Prolific Andy Bass has been, and I can kind of see why there's so much excitement in Norman Reeves. I mean, we both do stuff for 107.7 The Franchise, the flagship station for OU football, so we're going to talk about the guy a lot tonight, but looking at these stats, seeing him up close and personal on the field, really kind of get the vibe and why there's so much excitement.
No doubt. He's a really just prolific quarterback back there. Can hurt you through the air, can hurt you with his legs. He can do it all, man. Very curious to see how he's used once he gets down to Norman. We may speculate on that later in the broadcast, but, man, all I know is he's going to be a terrific athlete once he gets there. For the head-to-head series, then you go back to 2021. That was a Heritage Hall victory, 59-20, and that was actually in the playoffs, 44-7 lead at half, and then you have to go all the way back to 2012. Heritage Hall defeated Pauls Valley again in the playoffs, 35-13. So not too huge of a sample size here, Dave, but Pauls Valley definitely wants to get that first career win against Heritage Hall.
No question about it. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a rivalry, if you will, that spans back decades, but you can tell a lot of excitement on the field and a lot of excitement from the crowd as we're here. And we're staring into the sun for those of you listening, watching along, and we're going to do the best we can here to start. We've got a pretty good glare over the field. It is starting to set, and I'll tell you what, Reeves, a perfect night for high school football.
It really is a perfect night. And, Dave, once that sun finally sets, oh, my, it's just going to be even better. I think we are patiently awaiting that moment, but it will come.
It's going to come, and speaking of that, it looks like Pauls Valley is about to make their entrance onto the field. They have a big blow-up helmet that comes out of the building, so we're patiently awaiting the sun going down and the entrance of Pauls Valley here, but everybody's ready.
I think it might be Breast Cancer Awareness Night as well. I see a lot of pink down here on the field and pink in the stands. We've got some signs in the stands too, so great awareness there by Pauls Valley. And Dave, I mean, it's just a picture-perfect night for some football.
It really is. Excited to be down here in Pauls Valley, and get this thing kicked off. I really want to see Heritage Hall up close and personal. I've heard from you for a while now how prolific this team can be and is, and really excited to see them finally. And I think Pauls Valley is going to put up a pretty good fight, Reeves.
They are. I think they got a pretty good team tonight, and can never underestimate a home underdog, Dave.
That's exactly right. Yeah, their quarterback gets outside the pocket, makes plays. Like I said, I think that's where the Heritage Hall defensive front is going to be key, getting back there and getting that stuff stopped before it gets going. But Reeves, a lot of excitement here. You can tell that these fans have been awaiting this matchup for a while.
No doubt. Little interesting tidbit about this game, well, really about where this game is being played. This stadium is not on Pauls Valley's actual campus. Actually, it's about 4 miles in some direction. Dave would know because he drove to the wrong place. You can partially blame that on me because I think I sent him the wrong address, but
I'll go with that.
This stadium is not on Pauls Valley campus, which is kind of interesting to me. Haven't heard of many high schools doing that.
I haven't either. Yeah, I checked out their high school on accident, but a very nice facility. And, as you astutely pointed out, not here, not where the football field is, but a very nice field. Nevertheless, we've got a bunch of green and trees around us, and this is just kind of built right into it, Reeves.
It is. We are moments away here from both teams running out onto the field for a district matchup here tonight. It's going to be a really good one. Let's take a look through Heritage Hall's schedule a little bit before we start this game up. I had the pleasure of calling the very first matchup, 2A number 1 Millwood. Heritage Hall struggled a little bit early, but man, they were able to catapult in that second quarter, really take an astounding lead at halftime, and they rolled to a 47-24 win. Dave, week 2 was where they almost got tripped up a little bit. Clinton, Oklahoma is not an easy place to play. I don't know if you've seen a game there before, but they always bring the whole town there. 50-43 Heritage Hall victory in that game. Heritage was up big at half, Dave, but Clinton came roaring back in that second half, made it a really good game. Then we jumped to week 3 at John Marshall. No competition there. 55-6 Heritage Hall win. Last week, not really a competition either. 3A number 8 Lone Grove came to town. It was a 54-21 win. Dave, I'm really curious to see if Pauls Valley can hold this game close because up to date so far this year, Clinton has been the only team to do that.
Yeah, I mean, looking through their schedule, you're a lot more familiar with this team than I am, but what jumps off the page is the offense, right? I mean, whether the other team is in the game or not, this team is putting up points behind Andy Bass, and it looks like a very prolific 3A offense. I know that Pauls Valley sits at 3-1, and I think they're just kind of sneaking around the hen house. Might be a little bit better than people think. We're going to find out tonight. A big test for Pauls Valley might be a big test for Heritage too.
We will see. It should be a good one on tap here in Pauls Valley. As always, head coach Brett Bogert, we got to bring up his career record and everything. He's in his 9th season here at Heritage Hall, a 105-7 career record.
Wow.
Just outstanding stuff. 8-time Heritage Hall is 8-time state champions. We go back to 98, then to 2008, 2010, 14, 15, 17, 18, and 22. Dave, there's been a lot of good players come through here, specifically in that 2010 season. A crazy game in that state championship, Dave. I got to tell you the quick story. Heritage Hall's starting quarterback, Cooper Cloud, who's actually a coach now, he was injured in that game. In came who else but Sterling Shepard to play quarterback in the second half. Had 3 rushing touchdowns in the second half, propelled the Chargers to the win.
Sterling Shepard playing quarterback, I buy it. I like it. The guy, the guy is just a prolific athlete, and I can see him. Hey, just here's the ball. Do what you want to do with it. That's good enough to go win most games if you got that guy at quarterback.
You described the game plan that game to a T. It was put Sterling back there and let's see what happens, and a lot of good resulted in that.
Reeves, I'm seeing 25 touchdown passes behind Brett Bogert. Andy Bass is. I assume that is the head coach?
Yes,
Bogert? Okay.
He played quarterback here. Just outstanding stuff. I mean, man, but 25 touchdowns. He's a senior this year. 25 touchdowns the rest of the year would be a lot.
Would be a lot, but doable. Checking out these offensive numbers.
Definitely doable.
Yeah, very doable. Could have a big start tonight getting there.
I mean, if you just look at the scores so far, only one game this season where the Chargers have not scored 50 points. So
right.
Defense is going to be the key for Pauls Valley tonight.
It will, and I'll tell you what, checking out their defensive front in practice, they are undersized and quick. That's kind of the caveat there. But, yeah, I think if Heritage can protect, then Andy Bass is going to have a very big night.
No doubt. Captains are meeting out in center field now to decide the coin toss. Let's get some of our captains out there if I can find the roster here. We got number 55, Xavier Freeman, to your left. I'm reading left to right. And then we go number 4, Jordan Harris. He's a prolific receiver and defensive back. Then we jump to number 11, Rashad Smith. Same for him, receiver and defensive back. He's very, very talented. Then, of course, none other than number 7, Andy Bass. Just a prolific quarterback. Going to do it all for this team, and really excited to watch him play.
Yeah, I am too, Reeves. And I'll tell you what, the excitement's palpable. It's building because, yeah, we're here. We're all waiting to see this happen. And like you said, they're meeting at midfield, getting that sorted out. Who's going to receive, who's going to kick, what direction. And both teams are, well, one is now making the run to the field. We're still waiting for Pauls Valley, the entire team, to come out. I'm sure, no doubt, back getting a last-second prep talk.
Dave, I just got to say, every time I get to call a game at a new stadium or field, whatever you want to call it, I just get the jitterbugs because I just love seeing new venues like this, whether it be high school, whether it be college, whether it be NFL. A new stadium is just always awesome to see.
It is cool. It's awesome to be down here. I mean, this is quintessential high school football, Reeves. Whether you're in Oklahoma, Texas, it's what it's all about. It's the definition about why people love it, and it is what it is, and this right here is why.
No doubt there. I think we are moments away from Pauls Valley running out onto the field here tonight. We've got a really good one on tap. Let's go ahead and send it to commercial. We're going to be right back with the start of this game.
Oklahoma is known for its lakes, farm ponds, and creeks. And whether you take a highway or a dirt road to get there, Joe Cooper Jeep gets you to your destination. Right now, buy any Jeep for 10% below employee pricing. Plus, Joe Cooper always gives you more for your trade-in. And remember, we'll beat any dealer's price on a new Jeep by $500, or we'll give you $10,000. Only here at Joe Cooper. I love you, Oklahoma.
And welcome on back to Thompson Field here on the campus of Pauls Valley. Here you see the Pauls Valley Panthers running out on the field, followed by the Heritage Hall Chargers. We've got a great one on deck here tonight. Dave, I mean, it's district football. What more can you ask for?
Can't ask for anything else, Reeves. And I'll tell you what, the sun and the heat was a little bothersome. That's starting to now go down. It's the perfect time for kickoff. And, hey, they're on the field. They're geared up. Looks like Pauls Valley won the toss, deferred. So we're going to get to see what's what pretty fast.
We're going to get to see that Heritage Hall offense here first, led by, of course, number 7, the quarterback, Andy Bass. Prolific quarterback back there. Let's see if he can lead the Chargers to a touchdown drive to start this game, because one of our keys to victory tonight was the 7-0 start. Can Heritage Hall get that? Can they have their natural Heritage Hall start? We're going to see here in a few moments.
So, again, you're a lot more familiar with the team than I am. Is that pretty much par for the course for this team to get off fast, go down the field, score first possession?
This team likes to build a big early lead in the first quarter, especially in district games like this. You know, they don't want to let a inferior team creep around. You know, that's when upsets happen,
right,
when you let a team stay in the game, creep around, and don't control them. But, yeah, Heritage Hall will be shooting to get off to that really quick start. You know, Dave, Brett Bogert he's really the offensive mind of this team. He is the head coach, but he runs the offense primarily, and I will say he has some of the best script plays in high school football. His first 7 or so, 8 plays, man, they are always just great, you know, finding the matchup on the field, just a specific maybe weakness on the other team.
Right.
Kind of like a guy I don't like to mention a lot, Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
But, yes, Brett Bogert is very similar to that.
So all week long they hammer these plays.
They're
hey,
hammering these
first
plays,
possession,
no
here we
doubt.
go, and he's good at that.
No
Gotcha.
doubt. They want those first 8 plays to be crisp and hopefully find the end zone.
Well, we're about to find out because the ball is on the tee, Mr. Mitchell.
We are about to get high school football here underway, Heritage Hall and Pauls Valley. You know, Dave, I spot a celebrity on the sideline. I don't know if you spot him. Sooner Scoop's own.
No, I do not.
Sooner Scoop's own Eddie Radosevich.
Oh, Eddie Ratto in the house, one of our franchise compatriots. Not surprised to see him out with a OU commit. There's the kick.
Little pooch kick.
Little pooch kick.
That was a little dangerous there, but Heritage Hall is able to corral it, and that's where they're going to set up shop around the 28-yard line or so. We're going to see quarterback Andy Bass. Dave, what do you have to say about him?
Reeves, very excited to see the guy. To be honest, this is the first time I've seen him in person. Have heard a ton. Very accurate, very mobile, a good athlete all the way around. Gets outside the pocket, much like Pauls Valley's quarterback, and can make stuff happen outside that pocket.
Heritage Hall has a very good running back there as well, Barrett Travis. We'll see how much they pound the rock with him tonight. Motion Harris, and we're going to hand it off to Travis. No, it's a faker, and oh, wow, he's going to go down. Dave, that looks like an RPO look that just did not work out.
Reeves, it was a really good fake. Unfortunately, did not fool the linebacker. It looks like he shot through an A-gap blitz.
And we're going to go ahead and give you our starters. First on the offensive line, left tackle Charlie Gaudiabody, then to guard Xavier Freeman, Hume up in the middle, Edward Johnston guard, and then David Griffin starting there at right tackle.
Yeah, so a loss on the play of about 4 yards.
Bass back to pass again. That slant's going to be high, and that was another one that could have been dangerous. Dave, if Pauls Valley is able to get on that, that's a pick 6.
Yeah, it was. I think that might have been a little miscommunication. Typically do not see Bass miss like that. Yeah, misses high, and then anytime a ball is tipped, bad things usually happen.
And then in the backfield, we have a running back, Barrett Travis. Of course, the quarterback, Andy Bass, and then Brown there at fullback. A great backfield there for the Chargers, but a little bit of adversity here to start this one. 3rd and 16 early for this offense that was looking to start hot.
Not a lot of plays in the playbook for this one, Reeves.
No, there are not. Motion here. We're just going to hand it off there. Oh, it's a double pass. He's got him down the sideline. It's a good throw.
Got him. Goodbye.
He's in stride. 10-yard line touchdown, Heritage Hall. What a play call it was, Dave Myrick.
Reeves Mitchell, you pointed out, very astutely again before the game started. Coach Brett Bogert, he's got stuff in the works that they practice on all week. Hammer it. No doubt that was one he wanted to pull out early. Worked to perfection, and, just a perfect throw. Had him wide open, and he's got the speed to take it the rest of the way.
That was Gerard Williams on the jet sweep. Played it perfectly, faked it perfectly, then let it fly to none other than Rashad Smith, this team's deep threat. What a way to start, and Dave, to do it on 3rd and 16.
Reeves, he sold the sweep. That's really, he really started to make it look like
He
it was going to be.
fooled both of us,
Fooled
I'll tell you
yeah.
that.
Fooled the defense. They sucked up to come stop him, and the ball goes right over their head for a huge touchdown.
So Cal Welker will be on here for the PAT. That kick is up, and it appears to be good.
Well,
it is. 7-0 lead. Dave, that's exactly how you scripted up.
Well, you just sat here and said, hey, they like to start fast. It's their MO, and sure enough, 3rd and 16, no problem. We'll just run a jet sweep pass for a long touchdown, and, they're on the board 7-zip.
Interesting, though, those first two plays were very unsuccessful. The first play, a RPO sack, gets you way behind the sticks. Second down, a slant that's a little high. Could have been a dangerous play, especially if Paul's Valley, is able to get on it. And then the 3rd and 16, I mean, what a fake.
Yeah, there's no better way to erase a couple bad plays and just throw it long and have the guy go the distance. The first two plays, you're on the road, a district game. There's always going to be some jitters, little nerves to work through. But I would say that they settled those down just fine, Reeves.
If for some reason Jeff Levy is tuned into this one, man, maybe you want to pull that one out this week.
Yeah,
that was a nice play.
Yeah, Drake, if you're the one running that jet sweep, really sell it. That was the key to that one.
You got to watch how Gerard Williams did it. He sold that fake beautifully. We're about to get the kickoff here. I want to see how this Heritage Hall defense comes out as well. Quick strike offense. They scored in under a minute. Let's see how this defense does. Probably didn't expect to be on the field that quickly, but here they are.
No doubt about it. I'll tell you what, they'll be staked with a 7-0 lead. They won't complain as the ball's back on the tee here.
Off for the kickoff here. It's a deep kick. Let's see if they just let it go or return it. Now it's going to be returned here by Pauls Valley. Let's see if he's got anything. Good tackling there along the left side by Heritage Hall. And Pauls Valley will set up shop pretty deep, probably around the 15-yard line or so.
Yeah, really good kick coverage. That was a really good kick. He brought it down just about the goal line, and he had a choice to make to bring it out or take the fair catch. Decided to bring it out, and then they're going to pay a little bit getting pinned deep here.
Going across the defensive line starters, we've got Freeman on the left edge. Up the middle, it'll be Gaudiabody, and then Brown on that right edge. Oh, Dave, it's looking like a little triple option look. Maybe not.
Well, yeah, they tried a little. I don't know.
An interesting formation.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the full house T backfield. It didn't work as the Heritage defensive line shot through and a really good disruption and stopped that before it got going.
Some more starters here on defense. Rashad Smith, Bladen Vogel, Lowry there at the Mike linebacker. Then at Lou, it's Travis. Then at the star position, it's Cal Welker. So a lot of good players out here on defense. Obviously, the offense is what people talk a lot about with Heritage Hall, but they have a very stout defense as well. Handoff left side here, number 12. He's going to try to get around the edge, and he will find the edge, actually, and that appears to be a first down run.
Yeah, Reeves, really good job by the Pauls Valley offensive line sealing that edge, and he was able to hit it hard. A good job stock blocking by the wide receiver out there.
That was number 12, Rain Major, on the carry. I know another running back named Major.
Yeah, I do too. We've talked to the guy in Norman.
And then the last of the starters there in the secondary, it's Carter Counts there at cornerback, followed by Justin Harris at free safety, and then Gerard Williams there at the other corner. A little bit of motion here, double motion there from Pauls Valley. They're going to give it to Major again, and man, he's going to squeak through that hole, break a tackle, but he's not going to break the second one. He takes a hard hit. Dave, he really paid the price there.
Yeah, he did. They tried to squeeze him out through that C gap and pinch down. He hit the hole initially, broke through, but really, really good response by the secondary at Heritage Hall.
And that was another one of our keys to victory, gang tackling. You got to get a lot of guys on there, Dave, because they will break tackles if you don't do that.
Absolutely. That's what he did initially, but the fact that they rallied to the ball, now we force a punt here for Heritage.
So the Pauls Valley punt team on here, that looked like a little bit of illegal motion. May get a false start here. And that's what it will be on Pauls Valley. So going to make this punt even more difficult here, and the Heritage Hall returner will scoot up.
Yeah, he will, Reeves. A little nerves, I would say, from Pauls Valley so far out of the gate. Uncharacteristic mistake there, to take an motion penalty to back up 5. It's not going to be good field position for their defense to begin with, and now you back up 5 on top of it.
I mean, it's got to be a tough start when you get those 2 great first plays and then, bam, touchdown on that third play. Just
disheartening.
Very disheartening for the Panthers. They're going to punt it away here and try to get a stop on defense. Jordan Harris is back deep to return. He's going to signal fair catch. Oof. And, a little bit of a collision there at midfield, but that's where Heritage Hall will take it, and we get to see the second possession of Andy Bass.
Yeah, and he's got great field position to work with, Reeves. That's kind of what you hope, right? Score on your first possession, hold the opponent 3 and out, get the ball back in midfield to start drive number 2.
Let's see what Heritage Hall's game plan here is on offense. Haven't ran the ball too much. Well, granted, they only ran 3 plays that drive, so very small sample size here. got 3 wide receivers on the right, a tight end on the left. We're going to get a motion by Harris to the left and get a handoff to Travis up the middle. Let's see if he can bounce it out, and it's a really good runner on the left side.
Yeah,
Close to a first down there.
Yeah, Heritage Hall offensive line does a really good job getting out and sealing their guys. The motion guy comes around, picks up a nice block, and allows him to hit the edge for a nice gain.
And we talked about Pauls Valley wanting to do a lot of misdirection and motion in their offensive scheme tonight. There you see it from Heritage Hall.
Yeah, you saw it. It showed Pauls Valley's hand. You bring the guy in motion, nobody follows. That shows that they're in zone, and Heritage, exploits it with a nice runner on the edge. Looks like we got stoppage in play here, Reeves.
Don't know what this is about. Maybe a spotting of the ball error.
First down.
They're going to move the chains there. So
Okay.
a little bit of a break there for the Chargers. They get a first down when they didn't think they had one. And instead of 2nd and 1, this will be a 1st and 10 situation. Dave, is this where you would open up the playbook and maybe throw it deep?
Absolutely. A 7-0 lead. You're in plus territory on the road. Yeah, I would no doubt throw deep here.
It's going to be a power right for Bass. He's a really good runner. Let's see if he gets to that edge. He's going to. Terrific run. And, Dave, there we see some of the vision from Bass.
Yeah, when you've got that guy quarterback, you don't need to throw deep. Just run a simple quarterback power to the right side, outstanding blocking by the wide receivers. He bounces it outside, picks up another first down.
That was the key. Terrific blocking on that outside. And from the offensive line, they were able to pull over to that right side. Really open up a gap there for Andy Bass to take it for about a 25-yard run or so. So now our first trip to the red zone for the Heritage Hall Chargers. Let's see if they can capitalize. Another motion out to the left, this time the running back, and he's going to swing it over there to Travis. Man, he's got a lot of room. Let's see if he can make a move. Spun down around down to about the 5-yard line. You got to love the offense right now from Heritage Hall.
Yeah, hitting on all cylinders, Reeves. I mean, anything they're wanting to do. You want to run quarterback power, it pops for 25. You just throw a simple swing pass to your wideout, it goes for another 15. Yeah, they are rolling right now.
And this is definitely quarterback run territory for the Heritage Hall Chargers because Andy Bass is a big bruiser in there. But so is Travis, the running back, so you really can't go wrong here if you're the Chargers. Bass still in the shotgun look. Another motion. That's been a staple of this drive. And a swirling dervish play. Holy cow.
And it worked.
And it worked again. What did I tell you about the script plays? Sometimes you've never seen them before.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, he's pulling some stuff out. You've never seen that saying a lot because you're real familiar with his team. I'll tell you what, the offense is impressive, Reeves. They're doing whatever they want, wherever they want.
Those script plays are hitting to a T right now. Only about 7 or 8 plays into this game, we've already got a 13-0 lead. Pauls Valley is really going to have to respond quick.
The whirling dervish.
That's the only way I can describe it here.
Hey, well done, Reeves. I did better than I could have. I didn't have words for that one.
I didn't even know how to call that one. But we're going to get the PAT here. Quick 13-0 lead for Heritage Hall. Man.
Yeah, blink of an eye, they're up. PAT up coming here to make it 14. But Reeves, Pauls Valley is a little bit outmatched here to start.
They look a tad bit outmatched, but let's see if they can respond on offense. PAT is up and good. That caps another scoring drive for Heritage Hall. 2 for 2 on those tonight. Brett Bogert is out to high-five the starters. Look at that beautiful sunset, Dave. It's already down. We don't have to worry about that sun anymore.
It couldn't have come fast enough for people tuning in. It was very bright and very beautiful, but very right in our eyes. So, yeah, we'll take that. Any day of the week. But, yeah, fantastic start for Heritage Reeves. Able to get out and run whatever they want to the outside, to the inside, trick plays, everything right now is firing for this offense.
Now, putting yourself in the shoes of head coach for Pauls Valley, and let's see, that's Dusty Raper. How do you attack this second drive, especially on offense?
Reeves, they need something to keep that defense off the field for a while. They've been out for some plays. They're being run on and thrown on right now. They've got to get a breather here. At least pick up a couple first downs. See if you can grind stuff out, on the ground and give that defense a rest, or at least try to go score to make this look a little bit better. But Reeves, it's a one-sided competition on all areas right now.
You make a great point. Even if you're not going to score on offense this drive, you have to get some first downs to give your defense some time to really relax and catch their breath almost.
No doubt about it. They've been hit with a sledgehammer to start this game, and no doubt they need a breather, some Gatorade, and regroup on the sideline, and a couple first downs would help in that area.
So we're set for the second kickoff of the game here for the Chargers. Let's see if Pauls Valley takes it out again. It's more of a pooch kick this time, and they might have a chance to recover that. Very close, but I like the idea there on the kick.
I do too. They kind of kicked it to that no man's land, right? You've got a couple gunners up, a couple gunners back. They tried to hit right in the middle. Very close to getting down there and getting on it, but Pauls Valley will take over 1st and 10.
So onto the field for a second time tonight is that Charger defense. Let's see if they can get off the field once again. Forced a 3-and-out last time. Kind of a weird drive for Pauls Valley. Let's see what the game plan is for the Panthers. They got 2 fullbacks in there. They're just going to go QB power, straight, grinded out football. Dave, that reminded me a lot of a Kansas State play.
Boy, it really did. Was that Will Howard taking snaps? We got Chris,
I thought it was Colin Klein.
we got Chris Kleiman out here coaching. Yeah, that was it. Reeves, 2 fullbacks up the middle. It's just big boy football, and he picks up a nice gain.
Good first down play for the Panthers. And again, they just really need to settle into this game because Heritage Hall, man, they've jumped out to a quick 14-0 lead. You got to weather the storm somehow if you're the Panthers, and it starts on offense here this drive.
No doubt about it, Reeves. We just said it. Hey, pick up some first downs and give that defense a rest.
A little bit of a read option look here, but that's going nowhere. Major is stuffed in the backfield by a host of Chargers. I think Freeman was the first one to get him. And Dave, little note on Freeman. He is the little brother of Gavin at OU.
Yeah, Reeves, I don't know if I've heard of a high school that has more Oklahoma connections and famous people that have played than Heritage. But, yeah, really good job getting outside. Great pursuit by the Chargers defense.
So this is going to bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. So barely behind the chains here for Pauls Valley. Probably a passing situation. Roll out right here, looking for the comeback route. And that's a nice throw and catch. Nice catch over there by number 4 for Pauls Valley.
Yeah, Reeves, he hits the little corner route, behind the cornerback in front of the safety. They run it perfect, has enough protection there on the outside to give him time to get the ball down the field.
That was Maddox Prince on the reception, and Dave, that was a really nice comeback route by him. Crisply ran route there on the sideline for the first down.
No doubt, and much needed for Pauls Valley, Reeves.
Much needed indeed. Let's see if they stick to the grounded pound, which they've done most of tonight. They're going to do that QB power again to the left side here, and they've got some real estate here.
Yeah,
that quarterback will lower his shoulder.
I mean, really good block by the fullback they had lined up in the backfield. He got to the second level, got up on that linebacker, pushed him back. That opened the door up for their quarterback. Nice gain here, Reeves.
Yeah, and again, Tanner Perry is that quarterback. He's only comes in at 5'8", but, man, he will lower that shoulder. He will run tough, and that's the type of quarterback you got to have for this offense for what I'm seeing so far. Looks like a heavily run-oriented scheme.
It does, and he's the kind of guy you would describe as plays bigger than what he's listed at.
Another QB sweep, if you want to call it, to the left here, and another decent gain for the Panthers. Looks like about 5 yards or so.
Yeah, they're having some success getting to the edge. I think this formation is giving Heritage a little bit of trouble. I expect them to recover quite quick and get in the right defensive formation to put a stop to this.
And similar to how Heritage Hall faked that jet sweep earlier in the game, I expect Pauls Valley to eventually fake that sweep to the edge and look for a pop pass, deep and try to catch the Chargers off guard.
Couldn't agree more, Reeves. We got another odd formation, running back, 2 fullbacks that now shift.
Let's see if he runs right to the direction of the blockers. And he's going to hand it off to Major, actually, he's a good runner, man.
Yeah, he is.
Very solid gain there. Dave, the first guy does not appear to be bringing him down tonight.
No, your keys to the game, rally to the football. That's what Heritage is doing, and they needed because this Major guy can pick him up and put him down. A really nice read on the hole there, followed his blocks nice, but Heritage recovers well, gets to the ball, and gang tackles.
Pauls Valley has some big linemen as well, leading the way on that blocking scheme.
Hey, a train.
Looks like we got a train behind us. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Davis, Oklahoma. They have a train track basically around the stadium.
Another
QB run up the middle, and yeah, that appears to be their bread and butter.
That's what they're going to do, Reeves. They're playing big boy football, daring Heritage to beef up across the front and stop them. Right now, it's catching them off guard a little bit. I mean, they're having nice success inside and out. Really good blocking by those 2 fullbacks they have lined up in the backfield.
Let's see if they stick to the run here on this drive. That's been their primary successful play so far, is that QB power. But remember, on the 3rd and 11, they ran a rollout for a comeback completion for the first down. Another motion set here, and he's going to give it off to Major. That's another good hole and another good run for the Panthers.
Yeah, it really was. They had a bunch set here on the boundary to the short side of the field, and they run to the play side. They run to the field side, the wide side, get a bunch of blockers out there, and that's just all they're trying to do is outnumber one edge or the other.
Talk about a little bit how that misdirection can be confusing for a defense.
They talk about good eyes, eye discipline, watching in the backfield what's going on, not getting lost in transition, really being able to key and focus on your guy. Right now, Pauls Valley is having some success with all this different motion they've got going.
Major to the outside, but that was a better job of tackling there by the Chargers. That's going to set up a 3rd and probably about 4 to go here. Again, put yourself into Pauls Valley's head coach's shoe, Dave. Are you throwing here, or are you sticking with the run?
Reeves, I'm going to go with what got him here. You know, I would line up big and get a couple blockers in the backfield and follow those guys, you know, because it's working this drive.
And you would have to think this is 4-down territory here for the Panthers. Probably not kicking a field goal from this range. Try to at least get it to a short 4th down conversion if you're not going to pick it up here.
Couldn't agree more.
QB power again, and it's absolutely
Lose.
stuffed. Chargers saw that one coming, and it's a swarm of Heritage Hall Chargers there in the backfield for the tackle.
Yeah, tackle for loss. That's the first time on this drive I've really seen them send a bunch of guys to that side, to the strong side. And it worked as he's dropped for a big loss.
Looks like some new personnel in here for the Panthers. That looks like a tall wide receiver over there, number 10. That would be John Grimmett. He is the right side receiver here. And
6'5", 204.
man, he's got a height differential for sure if they want to throw kind of a Q or a wide receiver fade type play. Dave, are they pooch punting this, or are they running a play? No, they're going to run it, and it's going to work. Wow. That caught me off guard. I couldn't tell if they were going to go ahead and pooch that or if they were going to throw it.
Reeves, they put Shaquille O'Neal down here to kind of throw everybody off. That got everyone's attention, thinking that's exactly what they were going to do, or pooch punt it the way he was lined up. He does neither and just runs up the middle. It fooled the Heritage defense.
I definitely did not follow the keys to victory there. My eyes were all on number 10, the receiver on that right side. What do? Run that QB power up the middle.
Yeah, I think the entire stadium was fixated on number 10 down here. But, yeah, great play design, and it worked, Reeves. They got something going here.
They're going to stay in the same set, and they'll give it to Major again, see if he can get to the outside. Cuts it up to the middle, gets about 2 yards or so. Dave, it's been a good drive, though, for the Panthers.
Yeah, it really has. If this is their bread and butter, they're doing it very well. I think the Heritage corners are doing a better job the last few plays of getting off blocks and coming up and run support.
This does seem like a game where you're going to have to tell your cornerbacks, hey, obviously stay disciplined on that receiver out there, but you're going to have to zone in and make some tackles in this one.
No doubt about it. Yeah, they got to beat their guys one-on-one and get back there and help it in these run formations that, you know, I haven't really seen a whole lot of in high school football lately.
Major again up the middle, and, man, he runs very, very tough, but good tackle up front there. That was number 15. That's going to be Callahan Lowry. Great tackle there. That was about the first time, Dave, tonight where the first guy for the Chargers has taken the guy down.
Yeah, number 15 does a great job shooting the gap there. The defensive line held up their blocks, you know, kind of occupied the offensive line, allowed him clean area to roam and get back there and make the tackle. And again, getting this thing stopped before it gets going is kind of the key.
Going to bring up another 3rd down situation on this drive. There's been plenty of them, but the Panthers have been successful. They're going to throw the fade. This is what we were talking about earlier. And it's caught, but that's going to be out of bounds. Dave, that's a good job by the corner, just using the boundary as an extra defender.
That's exactly what he did, Reeves, because it's a mismatch height-wise. Those of you watching, I don't know if it does justice at what you're looking at, but this guy is huge and towers above the corner. But a great job, yeah, using that extra defender as the out-of-bounds line and pushing him out just enough to where he caught it but came down just a smidge out of bounds, Reeves.
And, Dave, what's funny about that play is Carter Counts, the corner out there, he's 6'1". But when you get a 6'5" receiver next to you, it looks like a big height difference.
It looks, yeah, he looks gigantic out there. But, yeah, that's what they went to is a jump ball in the corner. Very good job of that defensive back holding his own.
So let's see how they attack this 4th and 5. Biggest play of the game to this part of the game. A motion outright. We're going to get a roll out to the right. Let's see if he's just going to keep it. Looks like he will.
Oh.
He's going to throw back across his body. And that's intercepted. Carter Counts gets it right back, Dave.
Reeves, I think he had the first down running. I think he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw that football. I'm not sure why he threw it. He might have even been able to run for a touchdown there. Very odd decision, and does not work out as it's picked off, and now we'll come back out to the 20-yard line.
Kind of a perplexing play there, because if Pauls Valley did come down with that ball. I think we both would have been arguing he was past the line of scrimmage throwing that ball.
No doubt. Our vantage point, yeah, it looked to me like he was well beyond. I don't see a flag. Maybe they decided not to drop it, since it was picked off anyway. But, yeah, I think he was beyond the line. Doesn't matter. Heritage takes over 20-yard line, Reeves.
Looking to capitalize on the turnover in the red zone. Great job by the defense to hunker down and get a stop. Going to hand it off to Travis here up the middle. Good job by the Pauls Valley defensive line, though.
Yeah, it really, really was. They are outsized. The Heritage offensive line is a lot bigger, but they are quick, and they did a really good job shooting the gaps there and kind of muddying up the middle, clogging that run up.
See how Heritage Hall attacks this 2nd and 9 situation here. Travis is still in the backfield there. On the right side, it's Jordan Harris. Bob will snap a little bit, but Bass will corral it, and he's going to throw deep, and he's got a man. He's got Jordan Harris behind the defense, and that's caught. Kind of a broken play there, but it works out.
Yeah, bobbles the snap. The ball's on the ground. He picks it up. The running back does a great job picking up the blitz that came to the A-gap, allows him enough time to gather him himself and the ball and hit his guy downfield that was behind the cornerback in front of the safety. Perfect pass.
Really good poise there by Bass because he probably felt the impending rushers coming to him, but he was able to pick up the snap, throw it deep with great accuracy, and Harris is on the receiving end.
Really good poise there, Reeves.
So Heritage Hall in plus territory now. They are on Pauls Valley's side of the field. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. Looking to throw out there to Travis, and man, he has a lot of catches tonight. Dave, it seems like Pauls Valley is not picking up that running back out of the backfield.
No, he was kind of hidden formation-wise, snuck out here to the field side. Nobody came with him, and, yeah, he had all kinds of green grass. Another great job of wide receivers downfield blocking and another first down. Reeves, one team is moving a whole lot easier than the other.
No doubt so far. I see a flag on that right side. I wonder what that is about. We will wait the ref's decision on this one. It's a great example, though, of Bass just taking what the defense gives him because obviously he's a player that loves the big play, but on the same time, plays like that, you got to check it down.
You got to check it down. The guy's wide open. Looks like we're going to have a hold coming back on Heritage Hall. I didn't see it, Reeves, but apparently somebody got too much jersey.
I did not see it either. The first game of the year that I called for Charger Vision when they played the Millwood Falcons, a lot of penalties in that game, and that was something Coach Brett Bogert said post-game that he really wants to clean up this season. Penalties, especially in bigger games, Dave, they will really bite you.
Yeah, too many of them stack up in a game and bad things happen. That being said, what I've seen on offense by Heritage Hall, I don't expect this to slow them down very much. It does not look like Pauls Valley is going to just line up and play solid defense against this offense. They've got a lot of playmakers and a really, really good quarterback distributing the ball to those playmakers.
It's crazy to say, but sometimes a quarterback like Bass is even better when he's backed up behind the chains because he has more room to work with.
And no doubt about it, I guarantee you this doesn't faze him one bit.
Same look we've had all night. Harris is going to motion this time. It's going to be a QB draw look, though, and he's got daylight. Oh, up the middle. He may be gone. Maybe not, though. He's going to break a tackle to the right. Is he going to get to the pylon to the outside?
No.
He is.
Wow.
Andy Bass. What a run for about a 50-yard touchdown or so. Dave, talk about it.
Reeves, we just said, hey, I don't think this is going to phase the guy one bit, and I don't see a penalty slowing him down. Well, lo and behold, the next snap, he just decides to take care of business himself. Great vision. A great hole blasted open by the Heritage offensive line. I mean, you could have driven my truck through it. He does the rest downfield, some good blocks, breaks a tackle, and here you go. About to go up 21-0 at the PAT is good.
And Pauls Valley is really getting a bit of a taste of their own medicine with all of these motions and stuff that Heritage Hall is throwing out here tonight. They have not run that QB draw look off the motion yet, but you could tell it totally fooled the defense.
Completely did, yeah. He had all kinds of green grass. I don't think he was touched for the first 30 yards.
PAT is up and good. Cal Welker 3 for 3 on the night, kicking the ball. It's 21-0 in the blink of an eye. We've still got a minute to play in this first quarter. Heritage Hall 21, Pauls Valley 0. What are your takeaways from this one so far?
Well, Reeves, I think we kind of expected this coming in. I think we knew Heritage, player for player, had more talent, more guys at the skill position, a better quarterback. That being said, the reversal of fortune down here, we just witnessed. They got a chance to put 7 on the board, cut it to 7 after what was a really good drive for Pauls Valley. That doesn't happen, gets picked off, ball's at 20, and you blink, and now it's 21-0. I think that might have been the crushing play for Pauls Valley tonight.
And it's kind of been a series of misfortunate events for Pauls Valley, if you could put it that way. You go back all the way to the 3rd and 16 that Heritage Hall is able to score on a trick play. That's a back-breaking play. And then you get down to their last drive when they were in the red zone, had a 4th and 5. Dave, really on the 3rd and 5, they had a really good chance to score on that fade route.
Yeah, really did. It was just a couple inches out of bounds, Reeves, and they said this game is a game of inches. It no doubt is. Nothing personifies that more than what we saw down there, and that's how close sometimes winning and losing is. But, yeah, it's not going well for Pauls Valley right now.
Yeah, if they're able to punch it in there, we've got a 14-7 ball game on our hands. What happens? Heritage Hall gets the stop. A few plays later, it's about a 70-yard touchdown. I think I misspoke on the call because of the holding penalty. That was more like a 60, 70-yard run.
One of the more impressive high school runs I've seen, Reeves. I mean, you had vision, you had speed, you had breaking tackles, anything that you want as the kickoff comes down.
Going to get a return out to the right here. Pauls Valley has been courageous taking these kicks out tonight, but they have not had much success. Heritage Hall special teams, great tackling again. And back onto the field is Charger defense, which they got bruised and battered a little bit last drive, Dave, but they really hunkered down when it mattered.
Yeah, they did, Reeves. I expect them to adjust a little bit from what we saw, with the power run game and put a stop to that. But, they might not. Hey, Pauls Valley does this a lot. It's what they practice, what they play. So it might take some time to get there, but I like the fact Heritage Hall is beefy up front, and it's really keeping those linebackers clean. Even on plays where the running back breaks a tackle, you've got guys in the right position to make plays.
Perry will take the snap, but he'll give it off to Major on that left side. And,
tackle.
he had some daylight. If he breaks that tackle, Dave, we may be kissing him goodbye.
Reeves, that formation, it gets the entire defense up there to stop it. And if you break that first line of defense, there's nothing behind him. A really good tackle. Shoestring tackle, but he got him to the ground.
I will say, I think the Panthers have a pretty good scheme on offense. Their run plays, they do provide a lot of misdirection like they were saying. And last drive, you saw that to full effect. They were running it very well. Another note on that, though, if you want to play devil's advocate, is very hard if you're a run-oriented team to be down 21-0 in the first quarter.
No doubt about it. About the last place they want to be is the quarterback takes it over the right side. Another well-played, well-defensed play, run play by Heritage. I think they're starting to hone in a little bit.
They're starting to really understand this offense. Those bread-and-butter plays were hurting them in the first quarter, but not so much anymore. I think that play is going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Again, the Heritage Hall Chargers lead this one 21-0 over the Pauls Valley Panthers. We'll take it to commercial, and we will be right back.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
And we are back here live in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. Thompson Field is the site tonight for a district battle between the Heritage Hall Chargers and the Pauls Valley Panthers. Dave, that first quarter wasn't very close, but Pauls Valley did have some chances.
Yeah, they did, Reeves. We talked about this last drive for them down here. If that goes a different way, we're looking at a 7-point game. Did not happen as they run over the left side. Looks like that's going to be close to a first down.
See if they move the chains there or not. That was a nice little QB counter type play. And, yeah, they're going to go ahead and move the chains. So Pauls Valley's last few possessions, they have been successful. But, Dave, you've got to find the end zone if you're the Panthers.
Yeah, you do. We see it in college all the time, right? Teams have success between the 20s. It doesn't really amount to much if you can't put points on the board. And like I keep going back to, that last drive for them was just crushing. A 14-point swing in the blink of an eye.
See how the Panther offense responds here in desperate need of a touchdown drive. The 6'5 receiver is back out there, but looks like he's more of a tight end look. Reminding me of Austin Stogner there on the left edge right now.
Yeah, they got him lined up at tight end.
Going to do a rollout. Oh, they're going to throw back to him, and that's completely blown up. Carter Counts read that one like a book.
Reeves, the guy is too big. He draws everyone's attention, whether he's being used as a decoy or not. That time he was not, and everybody had eyes on him. It did not fool anybody, including Heritage defense. A great read, great jump on the ball, and broke it up.
He may very well be one of their better playmakers, and I do not doubt that. But throwing a screen to a 6'5" guy like that where you're just lobbing it to him, that's going to be a hard one to have a successful play on.
It really is, Reeves, like we talked about. I mean, the defense knows who this guy is. He knows he's one of their better playmakers, and all eyes are on him, and that had no chance whatsoever. Really, really good read there by the outside cornerback here for Heritage.
So no gain there for the Panthers. They're going to do another rollout throw. Most of the throws have been rollout variety. And that was nearly caught along the left side, but good pass break up there by Carter Counts again. Dave, he's been all over the field.
Yeah, he really has. Great jump on the ball. He was in perfect position. On top of that, you had good pressure in the backfield. Defensive line did a good job getting back there, forcing the throw out a little bit early, and, yeah, very well played by number 22.
And most receivers he's guarded tonight, he has seemed pretty much undersized, but, man, he's making up for that with great ball awareness.
A very physical cornerback, getting into these guys and, playing up through their hands, through the ball, just exactly the way you're taught as a defender. Really, really impressed with this guy.
3rd and 10 situation here for the Panthers. Most of their throws have been rollout. They're going to do it again. Roll out to the right side here. And Perry's looking to keep it, but no, he's going to be bottled up. That's number 2 there on the edge, and great pursuit by the Heritage Hall defense.
Yeah, number 2 was out there, and also the turf monster, I'm afraid, had something to say about that as he stubbed his toe. Down he goes, and they're back in punt formation.
That was Barrett Travis on the tackle, who plays running back as well.
Yeah, it's
great tackle there on the edge. Having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yeah, I'm not.
Pauls Valley back to punt here. Let's see what happens on the return.
Okay.
Kick over to the edge, and that's going to fall out of bounds. We apologize for the difficulties there, but we are back and better than ever to watch another Heritage Hall offensive drive. Dave, you have to be impressed from your first outing watching Andy Best thus far.
No doubt about it, Reeves. See why that there's so much excitement in Norman about this guy and why they can't wait to get him on campus. And, yeah, we had a little technical issue, but, hey, we got train going right behind us like 20 feet. There's all kinds of stuff going on, folks. We got a guy with a jamboree playing up here a couple steps below us. So, yeah, we got all kinds of activity that we're working around, but we're doing the best we can to bring you what we see as we see it. And I see Heritage being very good and Andy Bass being very good.
And the sun is down. That's really all we care about. We're very happy about that fact. Going to get a little RPO look out to the edge and swing it out to number 12 there. And a fumble on the ground, but Heritage Hall pounces back on it. Very alert by those receivers to get back on the ball.
It really was, Reeves. A perfect hit, helmet on the ball, pops it right out. Good awareness by number 12 there for Heritage. You see Johnny on the spot and gets to it before the defense can.
That was Cal Welker on the reception. He did put the ball on the ground there, but Heritage Hall, good job pouncing on it, keeping the possession rather.
Looks like we got a timeout, Pauls Valley, as we are entertained by the cheer squad out here.
We're going to go into some of our sponsor reads here really quickly. First, we'd like to thank Metro Mark Real Estate for their sponsorship this season. Established in 1978, Metro Mark is a pillar of the Oklahoma real estate community. Visit metromarkrealestate.com to connect with an agent today. Metro Mark Real Estate, helping you buy and sell with confidence.
Yeah, we'd also like to thank 9th Street Barking Lot for their support. Visit them online, 9thstreetbarkinglot.com, to schedule your BARK bus pickup. From the Heritage Hall campus, Coach Kyle Gillum looks forward to spoiling your pups at his first-class facility in downtown Oklahoma City. 9th Street Barking Lot, home of the BARK bus.
Not a parking lot, Dave. A barking lot, actually.
Not going to lie, that got me at first glance, Reeves.
Oh, that's funny stuff. So Heritage Hall, after that timeout, I'm not sure who took the timeout.
Pauls Valley.
Pauls Valley took the timeout, okay. Heritage Hall comes out in a little bit of a pistol look here. Let's see how they attack it. Bass back to pass. Oh, it's going to be a screen to Travis, and he's got all the room in the world. Up to the left side, up to the 30, to the 25, 20, and he's going to go out around the 17 or so. Dave, another perfect play call by this offense.
It really was, yeah. The offensive line let the defense line in, the defenders in, and they threw it right behind them. There was nobody there. Very well blocked downfield, and again, all kinds of room to maneuver, Reeves.
Seems like the Pauls Valley defense is getting upfield a little bit too much. You saw that on that QB draw. They didn't expect that to come. And then Heritage Hall taking advantage of it again on that screen pass, Dave. There's just a lot of ways this offense can hurt you.
Yeah, they've lost leverage a little bit, not shutting down their rush in time and letting things get out the front door. That screen was really well executed and ran, though, Reeves. I will say that.
Another motion look here. They've done that a lot of tonight, and it's worked well. Handoff up the middle to Travis. He doesn't have much room to run. Good job by the Panther defensive line there.
Yeah, really good job. They got in the gaps, and the backer for Pauls Valley shot the A gap, brought the guy down in the backfield. That's one of the better defensed runs we've seen tonight, Reeves.
It was a good job by that defensive line indeed. Heritage Hall here with a 2nd and 9 situation. Man, they've ran it well tonight. They've had some deep throws. You just wonder what Coach Bogert pulls out of his bag of tricks for this one. That looked to be a little bit like a Pauls Valley play. QB power to the right, but we're going to get some motion first.
You got a little motion out of double stack down here at the field side, and I think they were going to try to run towards us, towards the wide side of the field, but being called back for a little false start here.
We talked about it earlier, though. Is this offense even better behind the chains?
Hey, we're about to fight. It was earlier, Reeves. I don't put anything past Bass or the offense. I don't care what the down and distance is. 3rd and 16, 1st and 20, it has not mattered tonight.
That's going to back it up to a 2nd and 14 situation. Still 3 receivers to this right side. They're going to go away from the stack formation, though. Tight end to the left side, and Travis still in the backfield. Man, they've motioned a lot tonight. Jordan Harris has been the main one. Handoff to Travis again. He's trying to get to that left side, but good job by the Panther defense closing and not letting him get to the edge.
Yeah, Reeves, linebackers scrape over the top there, do a really good job getting outside before the run does so it can't pop. And, yeah, they're there to make the stop, another well-defensed run.
And you know who that was on the tackle, Dave? That was number 10.
He's everywhere,
That was John
Reeves.
Grimmett. He's going to play safety for the Panthers tonight. He looks like a pretty good player.
Yeah, he does, Reeves. He was up in run support and hit his fit really nice on that one, made a nice play. And, yeah, he's back at safety right now.
Bass back to pass on 3rd down. He's going to roll right, going to look out, pump fake, then throw back across the middle. It's caught! And down to the 1-yard line. Holy cow, Rashad Smith. That was a grown man catch.
It really was. Reeves took a big shot. He's shaking it off a little bit. Yeah, that one stings, but he focused on the ball, came down with it. Really big-time play, and another tremendous throw on the run by Bass.
And it really seems once Bass is able to get outside that pocket, he becomes just that much more lethal because he keeps his eyes down the field, Dave.
Yeah, a lot of young quarterbacks we see, especially in college, once that first read in there, they tuck the ball looking to run. That's not Bass. He's looking downfield for the next big play. Hits one just now.
Pistol formation here. They're going to give it to Travis up the middle. Can he barrel his way in? I don't think he can.
I don't think he made it, Reeves. Really good play up the middle.
Great stop by the Pauls Valley defense. They just collided on the ball carrier there.
Our man number 10 is right in the middle of it again.
Yeah, he's a hard hitter there up in the middle. Got another guy that appears to be just as tall as him back there, number 15. Pauls Valley's got some tall men back there.
Yeah, it looks like they're both secondary guys. It'd be tough to throw over, but I think we're going to get a little power T formation here.
See if they give it to Travis again. No, they'll fake it and go to the outside. It doesn't appear to be there, but it is
Touchdown.
At the last second. Oh, my. I didn't even see the read there, but he just kind of squeaked out, and Cal Welker gets the touchdown reception. Dave, it's 27-0 already.
Yeah, Reeves, he had a couple of layers out here, layered formations that they ran routes. He had a choice deep and a choice short. I didn't see the guy short, to be honest with you. I was looking deep. He was well covered. He dumps it off underneath. Easy walk-in touchdown.
And you don't always expect them to run that play to the quarterback's non-dominant side when he has to throw cross-body. But to be honest with you, that wasn't too tough of a throw, only about a 3-5-yard throw. But still, interesting play call there. Definitely caught the defense off guard. And Cal Welker is on to potentially remain perfect here on extra points.
Yeah, it's up, and it is good. Yeah, we've got a blowout officially, folks. 28-0 visitors over the Pauls Valley Panthers here at Thompson Field on a picturesque night for high school football.
Well, the keys to victory couldn't be more true tonight. Get out to that fast start. Heritage Hall has done exactly that. 28-0 in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Reeves. I mean, Pauls Valley, for a blink tonight, for just a second, had a good shot to put points on the board and maybe make this a game. Did not go over well, didn't happen, and, yeah, we've got a beat down on our hands now.
We just saw Brett Bogert, head coach, there on the screen. Brett happens to be great friends with our Sooner Scoop and franchise companion, Eddie Radosevich. They run the bingo night at Jones every Thursday.
Okay.
Downtown in Oklahoma City. It's a great little venue there. Coach Bogert just, man, an illustrious career for him so far as the Charger coach. 9 seasons, like we said earlier, only 7 losses, Dave. There's not a lot of coaches in high school, specifically Oklahoma high school, that have a record like that.
No doubt about it, Reeves. I mean, any given Friday or Thursday, things can happen. If you're not specifically buttoned up and on your game, it's hard to win. This game comes down to the line between winning and losing is very, very minute. And to have a record like that over so many seasons playing a really good class of Oklahoma high school football is massively impressive.
Just speaks to how he's able to get his guys ready for the game each week. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. I mean, such an underrated quality of a coach. Can you fire your team up for any given game?
Well, and some of the guys that have come through there and played, he's had some good ones too, Reeves.
He has. He's had some really good players to help him. Oh, that kick's going to be muffed. And, yeah, we're just going to call that one a touchback. So I don't think that's the college rule. But
no, I don't.
I guess
think
I guess it's a high school rule.
Yeah, he made that signal pretty fast, like that's expected. So yeah, we're going to get the Pauls Valley offense back on the field. They've had a little success running the ball with some power formations, QB power runs, bringing that running back to the strong side behind a couple fullbacks lined up in the backfield. I think Heritage last drive really started to hone in on that and get guys to the football before it could really get going, but. Yeah, Pauls Valley they've had a couple good moments tonight, Reeves.
Yeah, for the Panthers, I mean, you just got to find the end zone. I know you're already down 28-0, but think about the confidence it would provide just to this team to see them get in the end zone. We're going to get a sweep out here to number 9 to the right. That's a pretty good run over there. Heritage Hall and Pauls Valley have run some similar plays tonight.
They really have, Reeves. Yeah, he got the sweep. They got that edge sealed out there, and he was able to turn the corner. Have not seen a lot of their runs hit the corner like that with a lot of green grass, but that was a really nice pickup on first down for Pauls Valley.
Only thing left to do on that jet sweep is to fake it and throw it deep.
Yeah. Yeah, remember, you got to sell that.
You got to sell it.
That's the biggest key.
You've got to sell it. That is the key. So that brings up a first down. Good first down run there by the Panthers on the jet sweep. Looks like they're looking down at the play card to see the play, and they're about to take the snap. Perry still in at quarterback. He's had a good night running so far.
There he goes again.
Over to the right side, another QB power look. And, I mean, he just knows how to churn out yards. He really does.
He does. He's so small, and that's not an insult, but he gets kind of lost in the shuffle. I don't think the defense can really see through the line or over the line, and he's kind of like Deuce Vaughn was at Kansas State, to where you blink and look up, and he's got 7 yards downfield.
We think the same way, because I was about to bring up Deuce Vaughn as well. But, yeah. I mean, those small guys that also have the strength like that, it's like you don't see them at first, and then once you do see them, they're already lowering their shoulder on you.
Right. Yeah, they're coming out in this drive in a little bit more shotgun formation. I don't see the power look, but still running it, Reeves, as he goes over the right side. Another good pickup for the quarterback.
Perry definitely runs hard. Another QB sweep to that right side. That'll be another Panther first down, so Heritage Hall is going to have to bear down here and get off the field. Panthers have had a successful drive thus far.
Yeah, I mean, what are we seeing now? A little bit more formal formations, right? Back in the shotgun, what we're used to seeing. I think they came out and did the power first until Heritage adapted, and they did. Now they're trying another aspect of running the football out of the shotgun and still having success with it.
Looks like they might be going back to that power formation.
Here we go. Spoke too soon.
Here comes those two fullbacks, tight ends, whatever you want to call them, a little in front, and they're going to motion again. They've done that a lot tonight. Perry will take the snap and give it off up the middle. I don't think that was Major. I think that was the backup running back. We're going to have to find his name.
Yeah, they once again go back to the power formation, 2 fullbacks, and just run behind him. But Heritage once again, I think, has keyed in on that, and they're getting that stopped pretty quick now, Reeves.
They are. This defensive game plan for the Chargers, all about stopping the run tonight, it seems. A run-heavy scheme for the Panthers. They've thrown it a few times, Dave, but it's primarily been on that rollout play.
It has, and when they really needed it. When they're behind the sticks, and they have to throw, they've executed. But you can tell it's not usually in their game plan just to drop back and throw this thing 30 times a game.
2 tight end look again, but this time they're kind of split out wide. And looks like a reverse play here around the edge. And, it's going to go up the middle for a nice gain. And that goes back to our keys to victory, Dave. You got to keep your eyes in the right place.
Yeah, you do. The Pauls Valley left guard or right guard number 68 did a great job getting out, sealing the edge. He hit the hole just perfect. There wasn't a whole lot of room, but there was just enough to squeak through for a really nice game.
Looks like that play was designed to get him to the outside or on the sideline, but he was able to cut it back up towards the middle. It was the right decision for sure.
It was. Heritage had it well defended out here. A couple guys to stop on the outside. Yeah, he cut it back against the grain right inside of those guys for a really good first down.
So Pauls Valley, another successful drive here. It's just about getting points on the board for them. Last possession, they were stuffed in the red zone. Handoff right side to number 6. He's going around the edge. That's another pretty good run there. And that's close to a first down. Dave, one thing I will say about this Pauls Valley offense in particular, they will really lower that shoulder and hit you hard.
Yeah, they will. It's just a numbers game right now, Reeves. They're just outmatching people on the wide side of the field and getting bodies out there in numbers and running behind it, and they're having success once again on this drive on the ground.
Going to get a timeout here. And that's going to give us a chance to give a huge thank you to Stanley's Graduation, offering Jostens products and conveniently located in Edmond for all your high school grads needs: class rings, letter jackets, announcements, and championship rings. Celebrating moments that matter, Stanley's Graduation Services. Call or text them at 405-607-4343 or visit them at jostens.com.
You'd like this one, Reeves. A basketball junkie you are. 3 Point Land is proud to support the Chargers, and the Chargers are proud to have them on our team. 3 Point Land is leading the industry in land services for energy innovation. Visit 3pointland.com to learn more.
Yeah, Dave, I call a little bit of the Heritage Hall basketball games time to time here too, and man, let me tell you, those games are electric, especially when you get a good opponent in the McClendon Athletic Center where the Chargers play. Always a great crowd, always a great game. Really, you can't beat football, man.
You can. Hey, speaking of basketball, we got Thunder Media Days Monday, Reeves.
We do. Big day.
I'm sure you saw the Damian Lillard trade, that popped the last few days. A lot of stuff happening in the NBA. Can't wait to see what the Thunder look like. I think they're heading the right direction. But, yeah, you're right. Back to football. It's what we love. It's what we do, and it's where we are, Reeves.
It is where we are. Great venue here at Pauls Valley tonight. Just a beautiful night for football, and it has delivered so far some breathtaking plays, specifically from the Charger side of things. But Pauls Valley here, a really good drive, and they're trying to cap it off with a touchdown. Another QB power look here for Perry, and man, he's got some
Slippery.
pretty good vision.
He's slippery, Reeves. He bounces in and out of holes before really guys have a chance to adjust to it. He's diminutive, but very powerful, very quick. He's got really good vision running that quarterback power. You can tell that's what they do.
I'm desperately waiting for the fake sweep pop pass, Dave. It's going to be there if they run it.
It will be. I think the entire defense is starting to key on that. And about the time that happens is when you see the ball sail over their head. So, yeah, I'm with you. It's coming.
So, Pauls Valley here in Charger territory. Let's see if the Heritage Hall defense can stiffen their neck again. Handoff to the left here to number 4.
Good
Great tackle over there. My goodness. That was number 6 on the tackle. Great job not letting him get to the sideline.
Yeah, Reeves, they brought number 4, wide receiver, in motion. Quarterback took the snap, handed off to him. He tried to get the edge. Guy comes screaming up from his cornerback spot and makes the tackle. Very sure tackle. Gets him to the ground before he could really get going north and south.
That was Bladen Bogle on the tackle. Kind of a shoestring-like tackle, but, man, if he didn't get him down, there was some real estate to work with.
Really needed to make the stop. Good read, good instincts, and the athleticism to get a very quick wide receiver to the ground.
So Pauls Valley just kind of grinding this drive out. A lot of runs. I don't think they've thrown it once on this drive. Let's see what they do on 3rd and long.
There it is.
They will throw it here, and oh, my.
Wow.
Not what you wanted to see out of there. Jordan Harris just stepped right in front of the pass. That almost looked like kind of a miscommunication.
Yeah, I kind of hope it was, because Reeves, that was just diagnosed directly to number 22 defensive back, and yeah, he makes the pick, no problem. But you can really tell on those drop back passes, it's just not what they do. They're not comfortable doing it. They've tried to avoid getting to those situations all night, but hey, when you find yourself down 4 touchdowns, you've got to put it in the air some.
You've got to throw it eventually, but it just speaks to their game plan, man. It is not playing to their hands to be down this early, especially with their offensive scheme. What they want more so is that 7-0 lead early to where they can start pounding the ball with a lead, but they never got the chance tonight.
Never got the chance. They like to sit on it, bleed clock, and run the ball as Heritage is going for the knockout punch.
Oh, and a deep throw to Jordan Harris.
Hey, he's gone.
My goodness. Andy Bass just put it in a bucket right there.
Reeves, one of the better throws you'll ever see out of a high school quarterback. I mean, hit him in stride. You cannot do it. He couldn't have run down and put it in his hands any better than that.
My goodness. I mean, we were looking at the sideline there. Next thing we look up, ball's in the air, perfect throw. You said it perfectly. I mean, you couldn't have put it in a more perfect spot there.
No, that's what you practice and you hope for in the backyard, throwing fades to your friends, is to hit them in stride where they never have to slow down. In fact, they got to speed up to get to it. You can't do it any better than that. And Bass really showing on all levels why people are so excited about him, as the Heritage faithful here on our side are fired up, Reeves.
He has really come on as a player in these last few years. Last year, obviously, was his really breakout type year. This year, came in with expectation, and Dave, as the PAT, is up and good. Speak to this a little bit. I mean, obviously, when you come in as a player, you're a little bit overlooked. You want to really prove people wrong, but how much tougher is it coming to a season where you actually have expectation and people are actually counting on you to put up these ridiculous stats?
Yeah, I think that's where someone's support staff, right, your family and your coaches, your friends, you can really lean on to kind of accept what's being told of you and about you and still go out and execute, right? That's a lot of pressure to take, especially for a young high school kid. I mean, well, yeah, let's remember, these aren't adults we're talking about. They got a bunch to deal with on top of being, in big-time district football, and a quarterback that's committed to a place like Oklahoma and the added pressure that brings. It's a lot to juggle, and I'm very impressed with what I've seen out of Bass so far this season and tonight, Reeves.
Dave, I have a slight feeling that by the end of this high school season, that 3-star by Andy Bass's name will be no more. I can't imagine he's not going to be a 4-star at least by the end of the season.
I'll tell you, if I had a star vote right now, I'd be changing it from 3 to 4 from what I've seen in person. No doubt about it.
Just an incredible player. We cannot wait to see how the Sooners utilize him down in Norman. Kind of a Swiss Army knife type player.
I got to say, DeMarco Murray's got to be foaming at the mouth to get that guy in the backfield. I mean, the run he had, the quarterback sneak up the middle, I mean, he showed everything you want to see out of a big-time running back.
And you really see his vision on display as well. Even on the QB draw play, man, I thought he was going to be down at the 30-yard line, but he's able to cut it out to the right side, find Paydirt eventually. I mean, that vision is really, really good for him.
Well, I mean, I say that about Murray. Then the guy just throws one of the more beautiful passes I've ever seen for a bomb touch. I mean, he's going to get on campus. They're going to love to have him no matter where he ends up.
No doubt. No doubt. Here we see the kickoff from the Chargers. Farther kick than they did last time. They're going to let that one bounce, though. That could be trouble. And Pauls Valley's had a little bit of trouble on these kickoffs tonight.
Yeah, a little indecision. I don't know what the guy was waiting on to come up and field it. Maybe he misjudged it. But, yeah, it bounced about 4 yards in front of him, and then it was a mad scurry to get on it before Heritage could. A very well-placed kickoff.
So appears Pauls Valley will set up shop around the 14-yard line. And, man,
I'm very impressed with this train behind us, by the way. I don't know how many times a night it runs back and forth, but this is it's big time.
A lot of different trains we're facing here tonight.
Big time.
Gotta love the atmosphere, man. I love coming to a different town. I've driven through Pauls Valley 100 times going to Dallas, but never really stopped to go into the town, and it's a very lovely town.
Yeah, same here as they go more power run to the right side with the running back, and he's brought down just about the line of scrimmage. More good play up front by Heritage, Reeves.
Seems like Pauls Valley kind of wants to get this one to half almost.
Yeah, I could not agree more. That interception on top of what has been a first half of bad moments for Pauls Valley. I think they're just wanting to get this thing to the locker room and regroup, Reeves.
So a 2nd and 9 situation here for the Panthers. Let's see if they just conservatively stick to that run game or if they open up the playbook a little bit and look deep. I will say number 10 is in the slot there, Grimmett, their big play receiver. So
got to watch him.
No one's shadowing him as of now. Kind of an interesting look from the Chargers. They're going to run it anyways, though, up the middle. And, man, he's thrown down at the end there. I think that was Freeman on the tackle.
Reeves, you're exactly right. They are in no rush to get these plays run or get up the line and get it called. They are trying to get this thing to the locker room and limit more damage.
That seems to be the game plan right now for the Panthers. Already in another 3rd down situation, Dave, they've faced a lot of these tonight.
They really have, and they're in danger of punting the ball back to an offense that to say they are on fire is an understatement. So if you're Pauls Valley or a fan of the Panthers, you really need to pick up this 1st down.
See how they attack this 3rd and 5 situation. I would expect them to keep it on the ground as they have most of tonight.
Got a stoppage in play.
First, we're going to get a timeout. Looks like Pauls Valley timeout. Again, our score is 35-0. Heritage Hall leads. Let's take it to a quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back with the end of this first half.
Come check out our 40,000 square foot compound featuring
Oklahoma City, I'm Miles Perry, and I want you to tune into my show, Super Prep Live. Super Prep Live takes an in-depth look at the Oklahoma high school student athlete and what makes he or she become great at what they do. Super Prep Live can be heard on OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3 and Instagram Live. Make sure you tune in and learn about the next great student athlete on Super Prep Live with me, Miles Perry.
Dead People Stuff grew out of our love of historic preservation and architectural salvage of building materials.
Whether you're looking for doors, light fixtures, hardware, reclaimed lumber, statues, plants, or home decor, Dead People Stuff is the perfect piece for your next project.
And the Dead People Stuff family is growing.
Come check out our 40,000 square foot compound featuring a brewery, barbecue, tattoo shop, barber shop, and a cat cafe. We pay you cash to haul off your trash.
Help us save history one piece at a time.
Welcome back to Thompson Field here in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. It's been all Heritage Hall so far, Dave. 35-0 lead. Panthers are just trying to get it to halftime here.
They are. Big third down here is the quarterback's going to roll out. He's got a guy out here, but really good pursuit. Breaks a tackle, is 30-35. About the 39-yard line, bumped out of bounds, but that's enough to move the sticks, Reeves.
And a really good play call there by Pauls Valley, getting the quarterback out on the edge. Most times he's ran it here tonight, but there he does the little swing pass out to the left. All you have to do is break one tackle, and you've got that first down.
Yeah, Heritage had it defended. They had a guy out here. He just, couldn't make the tackle. That happens. But coming off a timeout, you could tell that's something that they drew up, and they're going to try to go get points before this half ends, Reeves.
I was about to ask you, back into the Pauls Valley perspective. After that first down, now are you gunning to score here?
Yeah, I mean, you combine that with taking a timeout, which I thought was odd. Maybe it wasn't because they drew that play up and it worked. So, yeah, I think now definitely you got the pedal down trying to go get some points on the board.
Perry's going to keep it and go up the middle, and he's got a lot of room. Oh, and he's going to run over a man. My goodness.
Reeves, a tough quarterback, this Perry is. He's gathering himself, off that hit. He's taken a bunch of them tonight, but he's back up there in the huddle. And, yeah, they're back up on the ball, ready to go. I think they 100% are trying to go get some points. I can't blame them being down 35-0.
Good job by safety Jordan Harris to get him down, because if he breaks that tackle, he might be walking into the end zone. But this is a guy that, man, he will truck you if you are not careful.
Yeah, he lowered his shoulder right there. They say low man wins in this game. He's typically is at 5'8", but he got down and really low and trucked that guy, and, yeah, set up a nice first down here.
First down here for the Panthers. They're going to hand it off there to number 6, and he's got a lot of room up the middle, so a successful drive here for Pauls Valley. And, Dave, they're moving it a little now.
They are, Reeves. Kind of a little trap play up inside behind the right guard. Really sealed off that edge. The gap was wide open. I don't think the backer hit his fit on that play because something was askew. There was too big of a hole there on the right side. But, yeah, he hit it for a nice gain.
And that running back is number 6, Noah Olgin.
Olgwin?
Not quite sure how to pronounce that, but
he's
really good run. Yeah, he's a good player.
Well, we'll just say he's good.
We'll tell you that. Same look here for Perry.
Better
and
job.
Yeah, Heritage Hall was on that one.
Better job, Reeves. Yeah,
it's a little bit of a trap look with that guy pulling, and it's if you block it perfectly, you're going to have that seam up there, but it seems like Heritage just collapsed there.
Yeah, they really did. The both backers shot the gaps. The defensive line was disruptive in the backfield. Getting that stop before it gets going is really the key. That's what they did right there.
So the clock is ticking down very quickly.
Yeah,
we're almost to halftime here.
Pauls
So
Valley is in no rush here.
They're not in a rush, but I would be cognizant of the clock, especially due to them running the ball almost every play. Motion here from left to right tight end. Then he's going to go out and, oh, my. He thought he jumped off. He thought it was a false start, but the refs didn't agree. Run outside to the left, and
he's got the edge.
Olgin again. He's a good runner. Did you see that motion?
Yeah, I saw the motion. I saw him expect a flag and about to walk back in the huddle. Didn't happen, so he ran his route, and it worked out.
My football days were not long. Only played till sophomore year, but I will say one thing I took away, my coaches told me. If ever you're doing a motion and you jump on accident, just start chopping your feet. Because, the refs will view it as a motion.
Right. I think that he thought that's what he'd not done correctly, but something was amiss there, Reeves, as he was fully expecting that flag to come out.
A little bit of a funny play there, but we move on. Perry on the QB sweep again around the edge, and they're having more success getting to that sideline right now.
They are, Reeves. Sealed the outside there, brought it back into the boundary, and, yeah, he hits the corner. The wide receivers, I'll tell you what, are doing a really good job of keeping those guys occupied enough just to get these runners to the outside. And, yeah, there is a flag down, though, Reeves.
Oh, this one may be coming back. I missed the ref signal. I believe it's a holding, yeah. So we're going to bring it back, and that's a crusher for the Panthers.
I got to just, do away with everything I just said about sealing the edge. They held to do it. So, yeah, they broke the rules, and now they're going to back it up a little bit.
Tough one there for the Panthers because that was one of their more successful plays. But, Dave, they're not moving the ball, so maybe it wasn't a holding.
Yeah, I don't know, Reeves. I missed the signal, to be honest with you.
I did too. The penalty honestly appears to probably be on the Chargers if they're keeping the ball there. So
yeah, it's still showing 1st down and 9 to go.
We've got a heavy set here, and they're just going to run Perry up the middle. Can he get in? Close.
And we got whistles.
Very close. And good timeout there by Pauls Valley to stop the clock. Only 20 seconds left. And Dave, we bring up a really interesting situation here because if you run it again, that clock's going to tick very fast, and you might not be able to get off another play.
Reeves, there's no way you can risk it, right? You've got to have points. You've got to come away with points after this drive. No way they can risk the run. The problem is that's what they do. That's their bread and butter. That's what they're comfortable doing. We've seen them throw a couple times with 2 interceptions. I think maybe out of 6, 7 attempts, 2 picks. So not really good at that. Got to have points here. Got to put it in the air, Reeves. Got to put it in the air.
If I had to look into my crystal ball here, from what I've seen from Pauls Valley so far, maybe that rollout play to the right, give your quarterback the option, hey, only run it if you know you can get the touchdown. If not, throw it to a receiver, back of the end zone, throw it away, whatever. But, yeah, I would think they're going to do a run-pass option type thing here.
Get number 10 out there. The guy's 7 foot tall. Just lob the ball up to him. Have him go get it. He towers over any defensive back Heritage has. I have to believe that's going to be the play call, Reeves.
It worked earlier, but his foot was just that much out of bounds, just about an inch or so out of bounds. So let's see if they go back to that.
I expect to see it. I see him jogging out. He's not hard to miss. Here he is. Yeah, Reeves, I'm with you. Get that quarterback an option to run or throw. Hey, if it's not there, burn it. Come back and have another play.
I will say, if they don't have that kid playing basketball, then they are using him wrong because, oh, boy, at 6'5" in Oklahoma high school basketball, that gives you an advantage right away.
And he's athletic, Reeves. He's playing safety for Pauls Valley back here on defense.
Dave, you might be right here. It kind of looks like the fade look. He's over there alone on the left side. Let's see if they do it.
Yep.
Dave Myrick called it. Let's see if they score on it.
No.
Oh, and broken up. Nearly an interception there, Dave. Carter Counts has played those jump balls well.
Yeah, he really has. I was just about to feel bad for Pauls Valley, to be honest with you, Reeves, that was picked, and he had every chance to do it. He had a better chance to catch it than the intended wide receiver. But, yeah, it was kind of easy to see. They had him singled out down here. Man-to-man, they had the matchup they want. Reeves, the throw was just not there.
And a nice little tidbit from our producer, Price Brown, here. Cal Welker, obviously we know him as the kicker, first of all, but last season, Dave, he didn't even play defense out there.
Wow.
He was not in the starting or backup rotation. This year, he's starting at that opposite side corner of Jordan Harris, I believe, and he's doing it very well. We're going to get a rollout here for Perry, and he's just going to chunk that one. That brings the clock to 11 seconds, and here's a 3rd down situation for the Panthers. Dave, what do you think they're going to draw up here?
Well, going back to the penalty that wasn't, that had to be on Heritage because the down right now should be 4th. Okay, so that was on Heritage. You've got time for, this play and maybe kick a field goal if it doesn't work. If field goal does, no good. I almost expect them to go for it if they don't make this. But I'm going back. I'm going back to the tall wide receiver, though. I do not see him in. I see another guy down here singled up, number 4. He's got man-to-man, so might be a diversion. They got another power set, Reeves.
Oh, no. Timeout, Heritage Hall. I was going to say, if that's a legal motion there, then you're not doing yourself any favors if you're the Panthers.
No, you're not. Time for 2 more plays. It's 3rd down, so they've got to either complete this, incomplete this for a touchdown. Like I said, I do not see them kicking a field goal.
Dave, I will say the scoreboard has changed this down to 4th.
Maybe, okay. Maybe that was just
Maybe it
wrong.
was on the Chargers?
Yeah.
A little bit of a confusion up here from us. Dave, again, we lost our eyes. Our eyes were in the wrong spot.
Poor eye discipline. Coach of Venables will be all over us for that, Reeves. It's showing 4th down, 5 to go, 11 seconds left. To be honest, I'm not sure the down marker, if we've got a good vantage point to see what it's actually at. 4th down, okay.
Yeah,
All right,
The
guys.
Chains have it at 4th down.
So, Reeves Mitchell, on the spot, what do you do here if you're Pauls Valley?
I said earlier in the drive you cannot afford to run it due to the clock running out. Dave, now that it's 4th down, I go straight back to that QB power, and I say that's our bread and butter play. If we're going to score a touchdown this half, we're scoring it on that.
So no field goal. You're just going for the touchdown. Go for the gusto.
You know, the field goal would be nice to get on the board. That gives you confidence, but I still think you're leaving meat on the bone if you're Pauls Valley here. This has been a good drive, a very successful drive. It would really hurt you to not come away with a touchdown here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, 35-0, 35-3 to me are basically the same. You need a touchdown here. Give your guys some confidence going to halftime, Reeves.
So it's that power look again, Dave. About 4 guys on that right side. Let's see if they run to that side or maybe run a counter back the other way. Misdirection up the middle, and he might score.
No, he's
down. Oh, my.
They stopped
They're going to rule him at the 1.
A close play, Reeves. From our vantage point, it looked to me like the ball broke. They're saying it did not. A really good tackle there at the 1-yard line.
Oh, and Pauls Valley seems to disagree on that one, but I think it was the correct call by our officials there. Down at the 1-yard line, and Dave, that's going to take us to halftime. I mean,
heartbreaking for Pauls Valley. A really good play design, Reeves. Brought a guy back, misdirection, kind of within the flow of the play, going strong side. He comes back to the weak side. Had a good hold, but, hey, a great tackle by Heritage negates that at the 1-foot line, Reeves.
Pauls Valley has been close this half to scoring twice, actually, but not able to just punch it into the end zone. And I'm going to have to agree with you. Thought it was the right play call there. Misdirection look. It seemed to fool Heritage at first, but seemed like the running back, and they've done this a lot this half, put your shoulder down. He didn't really do it there.
No, he didn't. I think, you got a one-on-one to get in the goal line, and you've got to make that guy miss or run over him. He doesn't do either, and bad things happen. He's down at the 1-yard line. Once again, Pauls Valley comes away from a really good drive with no points. I don't think it matters in the long term of this game, but, hey, to give the guys some confidence going to the locker room, that they really needed that, Reeves, but a kind of a somber crowd here now with Pauls Valley's situation.
No doubt. That's going to wrap up our first half here in Pauls Valley. Again, the Heritage Hall Chargers lead 35-0 over the Pauls Valley Panthers. We're going to take it to commercial, and we'll be back with our halftime show.
Miller Tippins is an award-winning commercial construction company specializing in building relationships. Our mission is to improve the lives of the people we serve. Exceptional work requires an exceptional team. No matter the scale of your project, we are committed to delivering excellence from our owner-driven team with over 100 years of combined experience. Let us be your A-team. Miller Tippins, your champions of commercial construction.
Welcome everybody back to the halftime show from Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. I'm Gray Ferguson here with Carson Beam. Carson, what do you think so far?
35-0 is always a great sign. Offenses look great, defenses look great. Always good to have a shutout. Same couple things been the past couple weeks. Still a couple penalties that we got to eliminate, but this has probably been our most solid first half we've had all season.
Yeah, I think so too. You'd see at the end the Pauls Valley offense started to get going a little bit, but big stop by the Charger defense.
Yeah, they've had some good plays. They just really haven't been able to sustain anything until that last one. They got down there, and we had a great goal line stand. But, they've been able to run the ball, and we've had a few miscues here and there. But, in the end, our talent has prevailed. We've been able to hold them where they're at.
Yeah. Offensive-wise, got off to a very hot start. Got to a 3rd and long, which you don't see most of the time from the Charger offense, but then Gerard with the pass to Rashad. I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting that. Here's the replay of that.
Yep, reverse to Gerard. Everybody thinks he's running it. Steps back. Great
last
throw
second
by him.
It was on the dot, too. Perfect spiral.
Rashad Smith on the receiving end. Way to get in the end zone. Rashad, that was just a great play. We got behind the sticks a little bit on third down.
Yeah.
You know, a couple missed blocking assignments off the edge with the blitz, and then we got him right where we wanted him there. And, you know, that's probably a play that was in the script all week. They've been working on all week
for
and
sure.
executed to perfection, which is what you love to see. Here we got another replay on the goal line. Andy Bass and shotgun. Motions again. There's been a lot of motions this game for the Chargers.
Yeah.
Fakes it.
Fake to Jordan.
Counter to Barrett. Got in the end zone. Here we got the replay. I believe this is the interception from Carter Counts. Quarterback rolls
out.
Great pressure by the Chargers all night.
Yeah,
as
Eddie
well.
getting off the block is huge. Put a lot of pressure on quarterback. Right in the middle. Perfect play. Carter Counts read that perfectly.
I mean, talk about probably the guy that's been playing the most solid this game is Carter Counts. He's been locked down in the corner.
For sure.
And when you have that, I mean, Pauls Valley, great running team, but when they get behind the sticks, they got to throw. And when you got something like that on the edge,
it
makes a huge difference.
Another replay. Andy in shotgun. Takes the low snap. But Andy's not worried.
Beautiful throw by Andy to Jordan Harris on the sideline over here.
Especially with that much pressure.
Yeah. Great catch by Jordan.
Great catch by Jordan.
Way to not be bothered by the defender in his face.
Yeah, I thought the Charger offenses looked really solid so far. Like you said, we've seen a lot in motion.
Yeah.
I mean, right here, Jordan Harris.
Yeah, Jordan Harris
out.
lined up in the backfield, something.
Fake.
You know, good look to make the defense's respect.
Yep.
Andy Bass up the middle right here. And
Andy just
no
takes
one's
it to the
catching
house.
Great run by him. He came over on the sideline after, and he said, as soon as I saw their defensive formation, I knew I was taking it to the house.
Yeah.
And that just speaks to how knowledgeable he is as a quarterback and his great football IQ that he possesses. And, you know, this is going to continue to be a great season for the Chargers.
Yeah. Well, it really pays off for the Chargers because, I mean, they have those film lunches. They watch a ton of film. And, I mean, when Andy – the fact that he can tell you, oh, when I saw their defensive formation, I knew that I was taking this house. I mean, that just speaks volumes. I mean, all those guys, I mean, offense, defense, they all watch their film, and they all do a phenomenal job. Coaches get them to do a great job when it comes to formations and knowing what to do. But I think it's been something we've seen a little more recently is the motion.
Yeah.
We've seen us do motion in the past, but not this much. That was definitely in the play script,
right.
I would say, because it throws Pauls Valley off.
Yeah.
I mean, when we do the in motion and the fake, I mean, they don't know what to do.
Yeah, there's been a lot of misdirection, a lot of fakes, a lot of motion that's led to big plays for the Chargers tonight. And, you know, I think that's just great coaching, great scouting by the coaches. And also, you know, it gives teams, you know, in further weeks a lot more looks to respect. You know, we've been switching around guys, putting them in, lining them up in positions we haven't normally seen them in. And, you know, that just makes it so much harder for teams to defend us. And part of the reason we're able to do that is because, like we've said in previous halftime shows, we just have so many athletes that, you know, can do multiple things and are so versatile, especially Jordan Harris, Rashad Smith, you know, Gerard Williams with the pass down the field. You know, no one was expecting him to throw that ball.
Yeah, no.
You know, a guy with that speed that's on the 4x1 team, you know, they were expecting him to take that up the sideline.
Yeah.
He drops back, there's no one in sight, hits Rashad Smith, easy 6.
Yeah. What we've talked about in previous shows, we always just play to perfection.
Right.
I mean, that's the standard every week. The standard this week was don't let them score any points, and let's run it up on them as much as we can in this first half, which is exactly what we've done. I think that last sequence down there kind of challenged the Charger defense at times. You could see us struggling with the run a little bit, but then, I mean, they called a timeout with around 20 seconds left, and, I mean, our boys, they got it done. I mean, it was fourth and 2 or 3, and, I mean, we stopped them on the 1.
Yeah, from up here, it kind of looked like they got in on that last play, but Jordan Harris made a great tackle to keep him out of the end zone. A great job by the entire defense to hold him on the goal line for all 4 downs. You know, technically, you know, that clock was still at 6 seconds when that tackle was made, and the Pauls Valley press box just kind of let it run. You know, which it is what it is. You know, we may or may not have scored. We have a flair for the big play, so you know, definitely shouldn't have counted us out there. But you know, no doubt we're going to come out in the second half and get those starters to whatever their point goal they decide was this week, and then get them out and let the second team get some work.
Yeah, I think it's a recurring theme that we see is that second team getting reps, second team getting playing time. But, I mean, with our district, we're going to get lots of opportunities, which will definitely help us in the future. I mean, if you can get guys back there that have played before, they're going to have the confidence to go start for those varsity games.
Right. So in our district, we're probably our toughest 2 games are our last 2 district games, Sulphur and Marlowe.
For sure.
Pauls Valley's been pretty physical comparative to Lone Grove and some of the other teams these next couple of weeks. These next couple of weeks are going to be pretty runaway for the Chargers. You hate to speculate, but some things are just a given. And, getting this second team in helps a lot when, if you got someone that goes down later, these guys got experience.
Yeah, for sure.
Next year moving up to 4A district is significantly tougher.
Yes.
These guys are going to need that experience come time, and they're going to be ready.
Yeah.
Coaches are going to have them ready just like they always do.
Yeah. It's a big crowd in Pauls Valley tonight.
Yep.
Big home crowd and pretty big away crowd for the hour and 25-minute drive.
Yeah. People showed up, a lot of parents. There's a lot more kids on the team, so there's a lot more family here this year. Whole town of Pauls Valley's here. It's great to see. It's a great small town environment. Great to see the band performing at halftime.
Yeah.
Also, another thing to point out is there's probably 50, 60 kids from Sulphur and Marlowe here watching our boys play, looking to scout, and that just speaks volumes to the level of program we are. If we weren't at that level of program, people wouldn't be coming to watch us on a Thursday night, the day before they play their football game.
Yeah. Well, before the halftime show, there was a whole section full of Sulphur kids who we see in, 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
We'll be seeing Sulphur at our house 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure it's homecoming game. They're going to come ready to play.
Yeah. Sulphur, probably the most physical team in our district by far.
Yeah.
They're going to put a hand in the ground and run the football right at us. And that's going to be a big challenge for our linebackers, and that's a great thing to see. In Pauls Valley, a team with a very similar style, but, just not the strength and physicality that Sulphur's going to possess.
Yeah.
So to see us be able to do this performance against them is promising. But, we've had a few busts here and there, and it's still going to be something that we need to improve on. But 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the road, I think we're going to have it in check.
Yeah. 2 guys tonight that I think really have stuck out to us, Carter Counts and Jordan Harris.
Yes.
Carter's been everywhere on that defensive side. Everywhere.
Yeah, Carter Counts been all over the field on defense. He's been having a phenomenal game. In my opinion, the most impressive performance of this first half. Jordan Harris moving back to safety this year. It's great to see.
Yeah.
A lot of people, he's been a shutdown corner the past 2 years. Some people were confused by his move, his transition to a different position.
Yeah.
That's part of the thing, right? When the best of coaches, what they're able to do is organize their personnel and their strategy around what fits the team and translate that into success.
Yeah.
You don't when you lose that many linebackers and you lose that many key seniors that were key impact players, you have to adjust. And our coaching staff, we've adjusted. You saw the hiccups in the first couple of weeks, and these past 2 weeks it's been pure domination.
Yeah.
And when it's, pure domination, that's exactly what we're trying to be.
Yeah. Well, like you said earlier, we have so many athletes.
Right.
Jordan Harris, you go from getting the interception,
right,
scoring a touchdown the very next play.
Right.
Couple, I think, series or 2 later, has the stop on the goal line.
Yes, he's been coming down from that safety position, making a lot of great tackles, a lot of big hits. It's been great.
Yeah.
I love to see it. Also, he's a weapon on that side of the ball, big play threat, runaway speed.
Yeah.
He's such a great athlete and such a great asset to this team, and he's part of the reason we're able to have the success that we have.
Yeah. And I think another key factor of that Charger defense tonight has been those front 7.
Right.
Our D-line and linebackers have looked phenomenal. You've seen, Graham Murphy's getting back there on every play. Same with Barrett Travis.
Right.
They're all back there getting the job done. D-line's looked good. Xavier's got his name called handful of times tonight.
Yeah, D-line's been looking great, getting pressure as always. D-line's probably one of our most sound position groups that we have on this team. Linebacker's been the question. They've answered the call tonight.
Yep.
Graham Murphy, Callahan Lowry, Barrett Travis, all those guys getting back there, mixing it up, making tackles in the open field. If we can have that, we're in a very good spot because our offense has the, power and the octane to go up against anybody we're going to face.
Yeah. I thought Charger offense and defense have looked pretty strong so far. Second half, same old.
Right.
Offense, or starters will probably play. Up 35, probably 2 more series.
Yeah, probably get to 49. And
yeah.
That'll probably be their day. You'll probably see some guys gradually come out. Some guys that are, the coach wants to get a little bit more work that start, and then
especially
dwindle
kick off and
right.
punt return and things like that. That's when they'll get those guys in pretty early.
Yeah, and speaking of those things, special teams look great.
Yeah.
Great tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Also, it's great to see, every extra point's been right down the middle. Cal Welker, great kicker. Walker Nelson, great holder.
Yeah.
On the kickoff, it's great to see Bo Butler out there.
Yeah.
Freshman, booting the ball deep, is able to execute different types of things. Coach Freeman likes the different types,
Yep.
the different types of kickoffs.
Yep.
Not necessarily booting it every time, but the short ones. And we've had multiple chances where
Yeah, for
we were
sure.
right there to
For
recover
sure.
a ball, 30-plus yards down the field.
Yeah.
Because we work on that stuff, and it's the little things. We execute it.
Yeah.
We execute it so well.
Well, and I thought the snaps from the long snapper have looked phenomenal so far on those extra points. I mean, with Jack Harris being out, he's been our long snapper for a couple years now.
Yep.
I mean, I thought the snaps have looked great, and Walker Nelson's done a great job
Yep.
making sure the laces are out, and Cal's executing as always.
Yeah, it's just kind of that next man up mentality. A lot of people don't realize it, but that long snap, that's a point. It's a point every drive.
Yeah.
That it's different, and when it comes down and we start playing better teams, those points add up, and to have someone step up into a position like that, in any position for what Jack Harris has missed, matter of fact.
Yeah.
O-lines, other than that first series where, that fill-in right tackle let up a couple, hiccups,
Yeah.
the guys that have been stepping in have looked great.
Yeah.
And that's always a phenomenal thing to see. Also speaks, you don't even notice the difference on the D-line because that's how much depth we have
Yep.
at that position.
Yeah. Kind of surprised, minute 15 left, and neither team are out on the field.
Well, they did a shortened halftime today. It was only 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They're going to add some more time to the clock after this minute runs down.
Gotcha.
And, these guys can get back out stretched and
Yeah.
ready to go. They did a quick turnaround. I don't know if that's because Pauls Valley kind of knew what time of game it was going to be, or if, just Thursday night, everybody's got school tomorrow.
Yeah.
So either or,
Yeah.
shortened halftime, I don't mind it. We're getting back out there and ready to roll.
Yeah. I mean, Pauls Valley, I feel like their mentality is kind of the same, just getting that more experience from the younger guys.
Right.
Get that experience. And maybe not even the younger. I mean, it could be the starters too. Just I feel like the reps are what really helps the most. So I bet we'll see their starters for most of the game, I'd say, the second half.
Yeah, they're trying to get those reps because, they have a good chance, a decent chance to get a decent finish in this district and get them a playoff spot. So,
Yeah.
they're still fighting everything, even though they might not be able to come back, they're trying to execute their stuff to the best of their abilities to have something to build off next week.
Yeah. And then Chargers, same thing.
Same old, same old.
I mean, we've seen this for many weeks now.
Right.
I mean, I'd say the only week that we didn't see this was probably Clinton.
Right.
So it's kind of the same thing. I bet the vibe in the locker room is kind of the same. But, I mean, it'll still be a very eventful second half.
Yep. I agree. Chargers are going to come out with energy like they always do, and, it's going to be an exciting second half even with, the score difference. And
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot of faces out there that you might have already seen, and, that's always something I enjoy seeing on the broadcast is, seeing some of those other guys get in because it gives us a, good look at the future.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with all positions, especially, that O-line.
Right.
You have 5 seniors, you're losing all of them.
Right.
I mean, and then Andy Bass is gone.
Right.
It's probably going to be Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson or Teagan.
Yeah.
Hey, we've had some other guys step in there and other grades, do some trick passes, run some quarterback, wildcat stuff. So you never know. So we're going to get to see some looks, and it's going to be good to see, a good sign for the future.
For sure. So that'll wrap it up for this week's halftime show. Looks like they're adding an additional 3 minutes on the clock to let everyone warm up.
And then the boys will be right
and
back
then
at
the
it.
boys will be at it. Pauls Valley's coming out now. Chargers, looks like they're coming out now too. So we'll see y'all next week at home against Douglas.
All right, appreciate you guys.
Oklahoma's known for its lakes, farm ponds, and creeks. And whether you take a highway or a dirt road to get there, Joe Cooper Jeep gets you to your destination. Right now, buy any Jeep for 10% below employee pricing. Plus, Joe Cooper always gives you more for your trade-in. And remember, we'll beat any dealer's price on a new Jeep by $500, or we'll give you $10,000. Only here at Joe Cooper. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
back here at halftime as Heritage leads 35-0 over the Valley. Pauls Valley. Reeves went down and spoke with our franchise compatriot, Mr. Eddie Radozovic, at halftime, talking about Andy Bass. He's kind of like us in all, man, talking about where Oklahoma's going to use the kid. He likes him in the slot. Thanks to DeMarco Murray. Really can't wait to get the guy on campus, see what he can do out of the backfield.
I'm really excited to see how OU chooses to use the dual threat ability of Andy Bass. Dave, he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife in my estimation. There's a lot of different positions I could see him thriving at. I mean, even to where you see how good Gavin Freeman has been in the slot for OU and returning punts and stuff. I mean, who's to say Andy couldn't take that same role? Who's to say he couldn't be a running back either? Who's to say he couldn't be a quarterback? So you really don't know how OU specifically going to use him. But, Dave, I have no doubts they're going to find the right position for him.
No question about it, Reeves. He's got the size, the speed, athleticism, and he's got it. You can't really explain what it is. It's just a ball player. They've got it, and you see it on the field. He's got complete command of this offense. Very good leader in charge of what you see happening. And Reeves right now, I mean, that kind of defines Heritage Hall altogether in this game. Just complete command over really what is an outgunned and outmanned Pauls Valley squad.
Yeah, and you talk about that it factor. I mean, if you watch football just for long enough, you eventually see these players that almost just move differently than all of the other players and make these plays that you're not accustomed to seeing your average quarterback making or whatever position it may be. Andy Bass is a really good example of that. I mean, on the ground and through the air tonight, Dave, he made 2 plays where we just went, wow.
I know. And I'm telling Eddie on the field that, yeah, DeMarco probably wants him at running back because what he did on the run, right? Then I'm like, wait a minute. He just threw one of the most perfect passes I've ever seen, in my life in person. Can't throw any better than that. So he can definitely play quarterback, Reeves. I think that's where his heart is. If you watch this guy play like we are tonight, really loves the position. Like I said, is in complete command of the offense. And I think, if you ask him, that's what he wants to do when he gets to Norman. I think he'll have every chance to do it.
No doubt, OU really breeds quarterbacks, and especially of the dual threat variety. Andy Bass seems like he's following the same footsteps as some of the OU greats, but I think his heart's definitely in being a quarterback, Dave, but at the same time, if OU comes to him and hints at a position change, I don't think he'll be discouraged by it because I think he just wants to get out there.
Yeah, completely agree, Reeves. He's a team-first guy who just happens to have better athleticism than most guys he's playing with, and it shows. You mentioned you watch football long enough. Players just look different when you watch them. He's one of those guys tonight. Jumps off the page, but, yeah, you're exactly right. He'll get to Oklahoma with his mindset, mentality. He'll get there and do whatever's needed to play.
No doubt he will. So Pauls Valley is set to receive the second half. Again, they're trailing 35-0. It was all Chargers in that first half. Pauls Valley was able to string some good drives together, but, man, 2 specific drives. They were very close to scoring, but Heritage Hall really, stepped up and was able to keep them out of the end zone. Here's the kick deep, and Pauls Valley's been returning these all night. He's going to try to get to the edge, and he did not really look prepared to be hit there, Dave.
Yeah, you can tell that guy that doesn't like to get hit. He got popped pretty good out of bounds, Reeves, but a decent starting field position as he brings it up to about the 28-yard line.
Curious to see the Pauls Valley offensive game plan in the second half. They have had some success running their bread and butter QB power, stretch runs to the outside. They've had some good running plays tonight, but, Dave, it just hasn't been enough to string together really a touchdown drive.
No, and it's going to be tough to stick to that down 35-0 if they've got any chance and any thought of climbing back in this game. Probably going to have to air it out a little bit.
They're going to keep it up the middle here with number 6, and you must say about their quarterback and their 2 running backs, they run very hard.
They really do. Good push behind the left side of that line as they once again go back to power. And Reeves, they might know that coming back to win this game is a little unrealistic, so they could very well view the second half as, hey, let's get out and do what we do and really try to hone it for the rest of the year, have almost a good practice, good scrimmage, if you will, because I don't see them coming back to win. I doubt if they really think they can.
No, but you could argue the second half really is about next week.
Sure.
Getting a touchdown drive or getting some positive plays in the second half to where you can go back and say, hey, we did some good things in this game. We might have got killed, but we did some really good things.
No doubt, Reeves, as he's going to take it over the right side. Another power run behind those 2 fullbacks that are standing in the back. That was on 3rd down. Don't think he got it, so we're going to –
I think that was 2nd down.
Okay, so we're going to have a 3rd and short here. But, no, I'm with you. This is just to kind of Yeah, get some confidence going for next week if you're Pauls Valley.
If we look at the Pauls Valley schedule here, next week they will go at 3A, number 17 Sulphur, who's 2-2. Sulphur's not an easy team to play on the road. I've seen a game there, and their crowd definitely gets into it, so that will be another tough test for the Panthers. Another run up the middle, and I don't think he got there, Dave.
No, in fact, he lost a little bit, Reeves. Really great job. Once again, those linebackers stunt the A-gap, shoot right through that double A-gap blitz, and drop the guy in the backfield for, looks like he lost about a foot. So they got a decision to make, fourth and a very long one.
Yeah, I was going to say, already in the second half, it's decision time for the coach of Pauls Valley. Do you punt this one, or do you go ahead and go for it?
Looks like they are going to line up at least to look like they're going for it. Might try to draw them off sides.
4th and 1, I'd say you got to go for it here.
Well, they're back in that power formation. They are going to run
That's
it.
what Perry will do, and he's going to get it, and he might have a touchdown. He almost broke that one.
Saving tackle back there, Reeves. That broke. Once he broke that first line of defense, like we've been talking about all night, when they're lined up in a power formation, the defense has to load the box to stop it. If you can break that initial surge, there's a lot of green grass, and a good saving tackle back there by Heritage.
Dave, we've said it already, but this scheme is eerily similar to Kansas State. Eerily similar with these QB runs.
Yeah, we've both sat in Norman enough times and watched Chris Kleiman's squad or Bill Schneider, back in the day come and do this very thing. They like to sit on the ball. Time of possession's big and running power, and here we go again around the left side.
Good run there on the left side. Another broken tackle. Pauls Valley has done a good job of making the initial guy miss, but Heritage Hall has regrouped and really had a gang mentality getting to the ball, getting all of their hats on defense to that ball.
Some of your keys to victory, if I recall, Reeves. Gang, they've done a good job of that. And kind of here we go again, right? Between the 20s, no problem. Getting down to this scoring area, to say it's challenging is an understatement, but they're getting close again to being in a position to put points on the board. Let's see if they can finally execute and get some.
When the field shrinks like this for a team that can't really throw the ball, it becomes that much tougher because you just start to bow your neck down. Here we're going to get another run to the right, and that one's going to be blown up. A host of Chargers in on that tackle, and they're going to stop him. Looks like at the line to gain, at the line of scrimmage.
Very well defended, Reeves. Yeah, the linebackers float over the top. Again, beat the guy to the spot. No problem. Had enough hats there, and, they make a sure tackle.
There's been some looks in this game where I thought they were going to go play action deep, but we just really haven't seen it yet, Dave. They've really only thrown when they've got down to the goal line.
Yeah, and two of them been picked off, and another one that probably should have been. I kind of see why they don't. But we have not seen a deep ball yet. I'm kind of curious if this quarterback is really confident enough to let one rip.
That Charger pass rush has been good, too, when he has thrown, so you've got to protect if you want to get it off. Here we get a rollout again.
Oh.
Looks like an out and up, but he's absolutely clobbered. Oh, my goodness. That was number 8.
Hillman Brown.
Hillman Brown.
Comes on a blitz and, just completely destroys the quarterback, Reeves. He had no chance, just getting set up to let that thing go and kablam.
And just what I was saying the play before, if you're going to throw, you have to protect, and especially that blind side.
And they even tried rolling out away from that, Reeves. They tried to get him out there. It made no difference. Too much speed on defense for Heritage.
So Pauls Valley's going to have to do a better job blocking if they're going to want to convert this 4th down. Appears to be about a 4th and 12, so you would think they're going to put the ball in the air here, but you never know. Perry's back to pass. He faces a blitz again, but he'll beat it and roll out to the right. Is he just going to tuck this and run? Yes, he is, and that's not going to be anywhere close. Chargers will take over, looking to add to this one.
Yeah, Reeves, don't really know what to say about that one. He got on the outside. You'd like to see a quarterback give a wide receiver a chance on a 4th down. Why not? Put it in the air and see if you can make something happen. Decides to just eat it, basically, and run out of bounds. And, they turn the ball over on downs back to a very hot offense.
Anxious to see this Heritage Hall Charger offense in the second half. They were lights out in that first half, scoring at a frantic pace.
No doubt. Tyler Bass back at it, doing his thing.
Andy Bass up the middle. Let's see if he can get to the outside. Man, another good run.
Very good run by Andy Bass. I'm sure whoever Tyler Bass
Bass, you know who that is. You don't actually know who that is?
Probably. Tell me.
It's the Buffalo Bills kicker.
Okay, there we go. I knew, hey, watching Red Zone on Sunday, my man Scott.
12 hours of Red Zone will do that to you.
Yeah, commercial-free football. He got to me, y'all. So, yeah, Mr. Bassett, quarterback, I shall refer to him from now on. Another good run, Reeves.
Really good run there on the read option look. Man, he's lethal in a lot of different ways. Here he's going to hand off around the edge, and that's a really good run, too. Oh, and the ball was bare. Nearly stripped out there, but good job to hold on to it.
Reeves, we watched the exact same thing. You saw a hand come in from the blind side and almost strip that thing out. But what did that just show, right? You had Bass go around the left edge the play before for a nice run. The defense has to respect that, flow with him. So on that handoff, a wide open hole here on the near side of the field.
Really good run there by Bladen Bogle. We talked a lot tonight about the eyes of the Charger defense, but the eyes of the Pauls Valley defense has to just be zoned in on Bass.
No doubt about it. Key guy. And then there's our guy, number 10, back at safety for Pauls Valley, lurking up around the line.
Hand off to Travis. He's going to try to get to the outside. He's got some room. Cuts it back in the middle. Is he going to score? Yes, he is. Barrett Travis from about 15 yards out gives the Chargers another touchdown. 41-0. This one is a rout, Dave.
Yeah, this one's in the books, y'all. I think you're starting to see a Pauls Valley defense and team that is starting to realize that, and play reflects it on the field. Not a whole lot of effort out there to stop the guy. Our man, again, number 10 was out there. He cannot bring down the ball carrier, and a really nice cut to the inside, and he takes it to the house, Reeves.
I mean, Dave, number 10 can't do everything by himself.
Well, it's a game of physics, man. You get a 5'8" running back and a 6'5" safety. Look, the low guy's going to win that one.
PAT is up and good. Good kicking tonight by Cal Welker, underrated part of this game. Heritage Hall.
Yeah, it really is, Reeves. Welker, a familiar name for everybody that's followed football forever. Hey, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with his brother, man. He's got a good boot on him.
Really good boot on him. Wes Welker starred here many years ago. Went on to Texas Tech, was a great player. Then, of course, one of the best slot receivers in NFL history, specifically for Tom Brady on those Patriots teams that won Super Bowls. Then, Dave, I mean, he got to play with Peyton Manning, too, in the Broncos.
Really did, Reeves. Some of the better quarterbacks in all-time NFL history. Wes Welker is one of the better slot guys I've ever seen. He could do anything that you ask the guy to do at an NFL level. Started right here, Heritage Hall, Reeves.
Started right here. Who's going to be the next Charger to do things like that? Could very well be Andy Bass, the trajectory he's on right now.
It could.
Especially headed to Norman.
Headed to Norman. I also like Tyler Bass. He's doing great things. Great things as well, guys. But no.
Can we fact check if he's a Charger alumni or not?
Yeah, producer, I'm sure will hop right on that one. But, dude, Andy Bass is fantastic. He's got the entire package you look for, and I'm right there with you, Reeves. I just told Radozovic on the field I do not expect him to stay as a 3-star for long.
No, I do not either. I mean, even before the year, I was hearing some rumors that 3-star really needs to be a 4-star. And I watched him last year, and I was very impressed. But to be honest with you, before the year, I wanted him to prove it to me. I really wanted to see, hey, are you really a 4-star or not? And, oh, my, he's done that and more.
Well, let me ask you this. You saw him last year. Has he upped his game that much from last year to this year?
I think the downfield passing ability is much better this year. I mean, we talk about that 50-yard touchdown he threw. Just a perfect throw on that. Last year, as you know, in high school, and, yeah, we're going to get a kick out of bounds, so that'll be a flag. Pauls Valley did not touch it there. Dave, as you know, in high school, you can be a little off on your throws, and the plays can still work.
Sure.
But on that long touchdown throw, I mean, that ball was put in the perfect spot. Last year, it was more of a case of Heritage Hall has these great skill players, so maybe he was a touch off on some throws, but they were still, resulting in great plays. But this year, he seems much sharper to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, the 50-yard throw you were referencing, he actually threw the guy open. It was decent coverage to start the first 20 yards, but the ball was so good, it actually threw the guy open, and that's the sign of an elite quarterback. Reed.
That's something we're hoping Dylan Gabriel gets used to doing these next few weeks. Just been a touch off on those deep throws, just a touch.
You can ask Andrew Anthony. He's ready for one to catch him in stride, no doubt.
No doubt. Pauls Valley here back, setting up shop again, trying to find the end zone still. They're going to run that reverse play again. They've ran it already. And
nope.
First time Dave Heritage Hall was fooled. Second time around, not so much.
Not so much, Reeves. A lot of Heritage hats out there on the edge to make the tackle. No chance whatsoever. Really good eye discipline. You know, they had some window dressing there pre-snap. Heritage keeps their eyes, flows with the play, labels the ball carrier, gets him down for looks like no gain at all.
Can we just talk about for a second how on point the scouting report was tonight? I mean,
no doubt.
Having your eyes in the backfield, that was just spot on. I mean, because Pauls Valley, they're really trying to get you in a misdirection look where you've been talking about it a lot tonight, the numbers advantage. They're really looking for that.
Yeah, that's what this offense predicated on. He takes a snap, he's going to roll right, cuts it up inside. Ooh, he is
I hope
popped.
he's okay.
Yeah, that was a tough shot.
Man, Perry's a tough kid. He just gets up after every hit. And he's taken some big ones tonight. He's also delivered some big hits.
Yeah, he has for a 5'8", 170-pound quarterback. I'm impressed with this kid, man. He's tough, and that was another one up between the tackles. He has no fear getting up in there. He might be a little sore in the morning, but he's playing a tough game tonight.
3rd and 13 look here for the Panthers. For a team that does not throw very well or often, this is a tough situation, so we will see what they call here.
Looks like a more formal formation, shotgun formation.
Oh, another rollout type play, and it's actually going to work. Not for a first down, but going to get about a 7-yard gain over there to number 12. That was one of their better plays of the night, throwing the ball.
It actually looked crisp, right?
It did.
Good execution. We got a flag down, though. Got a flag down, guys. Do not see the signal yet.
Yeah, let's make sure we don't miss it this time.
But no, to your point, it was maybe too well executed. Maybe there was a reason it was that open.
Well, it looks like they're on the tackle. Yep. It was a little bit of an odd tackle. I didn't think he grabbed him by the face mask, but I thought his arm was kind of around his head in an awkward way.
Yeah, the view we've got, that was kind of facing away from us.
True.
They tag Heritage with a looks like a personal foul, face mask. Could bring the ball up over midfield, and Pauls Valley has something working here, down 42 to zip.
Definitely a break for Pauls Valley there, still trying to get in the end zone. Dave, they've been in Charger territory most of this game.
Yeah, between the 20s, they've had a lot of success from the zone run to the outside. Strung out well, turns it up inside. He's got a nice gain. Reeves picks up another first down, I think, for Pauls Valley.
Pauls Valley's used 3 running backs tonight, and they've all ran very well, efficiently, and hard. You can tell these players, the offensive line specifically, they know this scheme very well. They know what they want to accomplish. I think it's more just a case of Heritage Hall knows what's coming at them.
Yeah, they've adjusted well. That first drive of the game, really, for Pauls Valley, I thought they had Heritage on their heels a little bit. Since then, some coaching adjustments. They get more guys up on the line, and, yeah, they're shooting the gaps. D-line is taking up blocks, and you're seeing these linebackers make a lot of plays because of it.
Perry will take the snap, and he'll give it off to number 12 again. It's about a 5-yard gain over the middle of the field there.
Yeah, again, another power zone run up inside. I mean, that's what this offense does, Reeves. They're not going to drop back and throw, even down 42-0. But like we said, hey, try to get some positive momentum built for next week.
I mean, I guess the thinking behind that is let's not divert from our game plan because we're going to use our game plan down the road, and we need to keep working on it even though the score might be this.
Yeah, they know tonight's done. Record-wise, they're not going to come back. So, hey, work on your skill. Work on what you do well.
Perry will fake it again, looking inside, but he might go deep here. Over to number 4, nice completion there on that out route. Appears he lost the ball at the very end, but I don't think it mattered. That's still a completion. Dave, nice throw there.
Yeah, nice throw. What did he have? He really has an all-game time, right?
Yeah.
He rolled out, and he had a nice, clean pocket to look through, and not really a pocket, but they moved the 5'8" quarterback outside the pocket so we can see, what he's looking at. Yeah, the guy works himself open. Really nice completion. That looks like a passing team, the play we just saw.
It appears the Panthers are not very confident in their offensive line's pass protection because the majority of this game it's been rollouts.
Yes.
Perry up the middle, runs over a man, and he'll get to the outside. Man.
Tough kid, Reed.
He is a tough kid. I mean, I know the score is very lopsided, and we're going to get a late flag here.
A little extracurricular activity here.
The Pauls Valley guy was on the ground, so I'm going to assume it was on Heritage.
Yeah, they're already down here, almost first and goal. There's really not a whole lot of room to walk off against Heritage. We'll see if tempers got out of hand here.
But, yeah, you got to be impressed by Perry. I mean, the score is lopsided, but it's not to the fault of him. He has played very hard.
No, all game he's run with a chip on his shoulder, and he's very quick, very elusive, slippery guy, Reeves.
Yeah, he is.
He's picked up a bunch of yards.
Still waiting on this flag. Appears to be offsides, maybe? No, personal foul. Yeah, we saw it. The player was shoved down. So, yeah, personal foul on Heritage. That'll be automatic first down for Pauls Valley. And, Dave, I mean, if you can't score here, if you're the Panthers, when are you going to score?
Yeah, they've got 4 downs here and 5 yards to go, Reeves. So we'll see if they can finally get this thing across the goal line.
For how hard Perry has worked tonight, I think he deserves the touchdown
here. He
here.
deserves it. Come on. I mean, I'm not going to root for anybody. We don't do that here. But Perry has worked very hard. He'll take it over the right side, and he is into the end zone standing up, Reeves.
Oh, big block on the end of that play. I mean, give credit to the Panthers. They're playing through the whistle even with the lopsided score.
No doubt about it. I like to see that, guys. That's a team that knows they've been on the wrong end of a thumping tonight, and they still come out and execute the game plan and don't hang their heads, man. And they come out of the locker room and put together a really nice sustained drive. Yeah, the personal foul helped them out a little bit, but they executed really well on that drive, Reeves.
A blowout is a blowout for sure, no matter the way you look at it. But getting shut out in a game is never a good feeling.
At home.
Especially at home.
Yeah.
In front of a big crowd, you don't want that to happen.
Kick is up.
PAT is up and good. That was a nice kick, so that brings me back to the first half where we were saying, should they kick it here? Should they? He probably would have made the field goal, but to your point when I asked you, you want the touchdown there, especially down 35-0.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I am glad for Pauls Valley and the home fans here that they got to see a touchdown and a really nice blocked-up run inside, Reeves, as he went in standing up.
If you're Pauls Valley, you do have some good things to take away from this game, I will say. I mean, the defense needs major work, especially if you're going to face another spread offense. But this offense, man, if they can just get a lead in a game, they could really start turning the clock away, time of possession, play that type of game. And I could see them winning some, nitty-gritty games like that.
Reeves, what did we see in Norman, when they had some of the most prolific offenses in college football history, teams like Army, Kansas State come in and just run the ball. That is the best.
Keep the ball away from the other offense.
Keep the ball away. That's the best formula to win for a team like this. And I think they can do it with the right, if they're not playing a Heritage team with a bunch of studs on it.
Going back to the opening coin toss, do you think they should have received the ball?
I don't think it matters tonight, Reeves. I mean, whoever takes the ball, what I've seen, look, nothing against Pauls Valley. They're just outmanned tonight across the trenches where it matters that they're outgunned tonight.
Probably wouldn't matter too much, but maybe a decision the coach would think back on and say, hey, maybe I would have received there. But anyways, Pauls Valley's able to get on the board there. First 7 points of the ball game, and they will kick off here. Dave, you expect any kind of onside look here, or think they just kick it deep?
Just kicking it deep, Reeves. I think they're just going to – well, I'm not sure what I
just
saw.
A little pooch. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think the guy just completely miskicked it, Reeves, and it goes out of bounds.
That was probably going to be a pooch / onside attempt, but, yeah, not a very good kick there. That's going to fall out of bounds. Heritage Hall will get good field position again. Do we have a change at quarterback yet?
Yeah.
Mr. Andy Vass is done. He is done.
He's done.
Not to our delight, but he's done.
Yeah, I know. And Tyler
we
Bass,
love watching him.
Tyler Bass somewhere is angry about that, but no, Andy came out and did what we expected, man. He's a star on a team full of them. But, yeah, now you get some backups, valuable reps here, Reeves. We got a stoppage and play.
Walker Nelson is the new quarterback, number 18. Let's see if he can get some good reps in here the rest of this game. Dave, that's always fun as the backup quarterback. Big lead from the offense. You've seen your starter, really dice that defense up all night. Then you get your chance later in the game. What a feeling that's got to be.
No pressure.
No pressure.
You're going to win the game. Yeah, you're blowing out the opponent. You can get out and have a little fun with your guys. They practice hard. They're out in the heat. They go through those things same as a starter, and it's nice to see them rewarded with some reps that count, Reeves, because you can't duplicate this in practice.
No doubt.
Nothing like game reps.
No doubt. And we know that coaches watch every ounce of film. No matter who is out there, they're watching that film to the last minute of the game. So any positive play you can make out here, man, it's going to better help your career and better help your chance of getting on the field later in the season.
Put good stuff on film, Reeves.
No doubt.
Always.
So, again, Walker Nelson is the quarterback, number 18 there with the Jordan arm sleeve.
Looks like a 5'8", 168-pound senior.
Have not seen any action from Nelson myself this season.
Yeah, he's diminutive, as one would say out there.
He's 2 for 5 on the season, so not a big sample size. Let's see if Heritage lets him throw at all.
Well, they didn't on that one, Reeves. Just try a simple zone play up inside, defended well by Pauls Valley. I would expect to see a pretty vanilla Heritage offense the rest of the way.
That was Walker Weedle on the handoff there. Our graphic listed him as a quarterback slash DB, but he took the handoff there.
Yeah, he kind of looked like a DB running there. He's, you know what, Pauls Valley did a great job muddying that thing up inside, though. And like I said, I don't think Heritage gets real creative here down the stretch.
Likely not, but you never know with Coach Bogert. Here's a handoff up the middle again to Weedle, and he's just fighting to get back to that line of scrimmage. Pauls Valley really starting to take initiative in this game right now and say, hey, we want to stand our ground right now.
Yeah, better late than never, right? Down 42-7, but they are rallying to the football. I think the rallying cry has to be for the Panthers. Pride, right? Your pride's on the line. It has not gone well at home. Let's bow our neck and play the best football we can to end this thing.
Walker Nelson still in there at quarterback. Let's see if Coach Bogert lets him throw a pass here, but they may just stick it on the run or on the ground. We're going to go screen pass here to our side, the right side. And he's fighting for that first down. It's pretty close. I think he may be a yard short.
A little short, Reeves. They had a really nice play design.
It was a good play.
Ran the screen over here to the near side. Oh, he's signaling first down. Okay.
Oh, wow. They're going to give him the first down on that. So that's twice tonight. Heritage Hall didn't think they had the first down initially, but the chain gain said otherwise.
And we didn't either, to be honest with you. It might be the angle up here in lovely Thompson Stadium that we have. But, yeah, first down. He throws his first pass of the night, a strike out to number 88. Looked like a little wide receiver screen. Blocked up well, gets first down.
That'll up him to 3 for 6 on the year, Dave. 50%. There you go.
Put it on tape.
See if Heritage sticks on the ground here. That's just what they're going to do to Weedle up the middle. Spins for about 2 or 3 yards there. So Heritage Hall just kind of methodically, trying to get through this quarter.
Yeah. We still got the Heritage fans in front of us, ringing the Nacho Libre bongos, and they're into this thing. But I'm telling you, I think Heritage is probably ready to just get on the bus and call this thing. They're going to try to run this clock out as fast as they can.
Got a host of new Chargers in there. Let's read you some of them. At receiver, number 88, that's Porter England way over there. He's now coming to the right side. Number 82 is also in. That is Terrence Johnson. He's the left side receiver.
Got trips into the boundary here and man-to-man up top.
Let's see if they just stick it on the ground. That's what they're going to do. And, nice tackle there by Pauls Valley defender. They are tackling well this half. Granted, it's been the Heritage Hall backups, but they're tackling well.
Yeah, it looks like a completely new offensive line. I know that you just, rattled off a bunch of new guys in, but yeah, the Pauls Valley backers just shot the gap there, no problem, made the tackle in the backfield.
We are nearing the end of this third quarter already. I have a feeling this half is going to go by a little fast.
Yeah, I do too, Reeves. I think both teams are happy sitting on the ball and watching that clock run.
Brings up a 3rd and 5 situation here. Expect the Chargers to run it again. But they ran a screen last time on 3rd and 5, so we will see. Run up the middle again and spun around near the first down mark, but not close enough.
I'm going to guess another yard short. I've been wrong twice.
Eyes, Dave. Eyes.
I discipline Reeves.
So that's going to bring up another 4th down. Looks like Coach Bogert may ahead and just go for this.
Well, they're going to let the quarter run out and decide afterwards. 24 seconds to go.
Appears so. 30. There's a lot of stagnant standing over there by the Charger offense.
Not in a big rush to do anything as we look through the Moths that have now taken over Thompson Field.
They have taken over, man. Oh, my goodness.
It's like a Stephen King movie.
I was about to say, doesn't he have a movie about killer birds? Or no, that's Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds. Yes.
Another freaky movie. But, yeah, the Moths are here, ladies and gentlemen. They are watching the game with us. And
that's going to wrap the third quarter here at Thompson Field. It's all Chargers, folks. 42-7 over the Pauls Valley Panthers. We're going to take it to commercial, and we will be back with fourth quarter action.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Back with you guys to start the fourth quarter. Looks like we got an inside run, defended well by the Panthers, but that Reeves is kind of going to be what we see the rest of the game, I believe.
Yeah, you're going to keep it on the ground the rest of the way. I would expect both sides to do that, really. Just trying to get through this one. The game is already decided, but there's still some plays to be made out here, so I want to see who makes them, specifically on the Charger side of things, because there's a lot of guys out here, Dave, right now that they're trying to get some more playing time.
No doubt about it. We just said it right. These guys work hard in practice. Hey, reward them in a game like this. Get them out and see what they can do.
So Pauls Valley got the stop there. They're going to take back over. And, Dave, there's their big backup quarterback. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and that's a good gain. Near a first down. But, yeah, the backup quarterback is now in. Perry officially done for the day, but he did get on the board with a rushing touchdown.
Way to go, Perry. We were semi-pulling for you, kid, because you're tough and you earned my respect with your running. But, yeah, the backups in, I assume a lot of backups in for Heritage as well across that defensive front.
Perry ran well tonight, but it just was not enough. Heritage Hall did a good job rallying to the football. But we won't take anything away from Perry because he's a good quarterback, especially coming in at 5'8". Man, he can run hard.
Gutsy kid, Reeves. Very, very tough. Plays a lot bigger than what he's listed.
No doubt. Let's see what the Pauls Valley offense has for us here. Looks like another handoff up the middle to number 7. He'll break the first tackle, but then be swarmed down. Some successful runs here for the Panthers.
Yeah, just doing what they do all night. Reeves up inside, little quick trap play behind the guard, and they get a good push and clear out a good hole.
Man, I will say, though, if you were ever going to run a play-action deep ball in this game, it's time.
Hey, this is
it.
It
is time. This is the play.
For 4 quarters we've heard it.
The Chargers have their backups in. No one will be expecting it. There's only one high safety. Man,
Reeves.
honestly, send all 3 of those guys on a streak
Reeves,
and throw to the open one.
What's the key? What do we say? You got to really sell the fake.
You got to.
That's the key.
You got
to this.
They won't listen to us, and they'll keep it on the ground here to the outside. Nice cutback to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's still going to be short of the line to gain. That'll bring up a 3rd and about 2 for the Panthers, as the Panther Pride Band is playing very loudly and beautifully right now.
Yeah, they are, Reeves, and I'll tell you, this guy with the instrument in front of us all game, man, I love his enthusiasm, his energy. It has not waned. Blowout or not, doesn't matter. He's dancing. He's into it. Same as the cheerleaders in front of us, Reeves. They get set to make this a 3rd down play for the Panthers here.
They'll keep it up the middle again, and Heritage Hall stopped that one really where it started. It's going to be about 4th and 1 again, so decision time again, but I think the decision's pretty easy here.
I would assume they go. Really good play up front there by Heritage. Absolutely whipped the block. Got his hands down, quickness to get through the hole, and made the stop in the backfield.
And, Dave, we have a stop clock on a running play.
Don't know what that's about, Reeves. I'm sure that it's got the attention. There we go. I see the signal for play. Not running.
Very interesting there.
Still
not running.
Oh, there we go.
And I think that one's going to be stuffed short. Oh, man. That's tough right there for the Panthers. They tried that HB dive again, but Heritage Hall, there's been a lot of 4th and 1, 4th and 2 situations, and for the majority of them, Heritage Hall has really stiffened and not let Pauls Valley get any space.
Yeah, Reeves, what I've noticed in this game is Heritage plays kind of that bend, don't break style defense, right? You know, between the 20s, they'll let you complete a few things, but when it's really time to bow up and play good defense, they do. Defensive line does a really good job beating blocks, clearing up stuff for linebackers, and, yeah, they had a clean lane just now to stop that play for nothing and turn the ball over on downs.
So this is the 2nd possession for the new Charger quarterback, Walker Nelson. Chargers were stopped on 4th down last drive, but really they were just running the ball, and I expect them to do the same here. Run up the middle to Weedle. He's ran hard, not for a lot of yards, but, man, he's running hard.
Yeah, he is, and that was more of what we saw all last quarter. That's what we're going to see the rest of the game, Reeves. Look, you don't want to add insult to injury. You've got a team beaten bad. I think Heritage doing the right thing here with a very conservative game plan and keeping this clock running.
So you don't expect any trick plays from the Chargers here?
I don't. You know, if it was Lincoln Riley out there calling plays, I wouldn't put it past the guy. But, no, I think Heritage is going to grind this thing out and get on the bus and go home, man.
Clock is rolling along. We're almost to 9 minutes here in the 4th quarter. Chargers lead 42-7. We're going to get a QB sweep similar to the play that Pauls Valley has made very successful tonight. And Heritage Hall is going to steal it from him and run it with Walker Nelson.
Yeah, just a nice little, almost a speed option out there. He had the option to pitch that ball to a running back, decided to keep it, and tucks it up inside for a nice gain.
A lot of different options, a lot of different ways this offense can hurt you. And I know the backups are in right now, but you really got to see it full force in those first 3 quarters, just the type of plays this offense runs, and it can really catch you off guard if you're not paying attention.
Yeah, it really can, Reeves, as we get a nice run over the right side up over midfield for a first down. But, you know, Eddie Radozovic, again, to bring up Rado, pointed out that I think Heritage brought back all 5 starting offensive linemen this year, and that is gigantic. And that you could tell that was a team that's a well-oiled offensive machine to start this game.
Heritage always has the offensive line playing to a T, and they're doing it here again tonight. I mean, they've really won the battle up front, Dave.
They have. They've whipped them on both the offensive and defensive lines. Could kind of see that as the teams warmed up before the game. There's just a size mismatch in the trenches, and it really showed its head to start the game, Reeves.
No doubt. Heritage Hall will take over here first down after that good run by Weedle up the middle. Going to do the same exact play here, but that was stuffed in the backfield. Oh, and the quarterback's going to pay the price here too. Dave, I think we may have a new quarterback in the game as well.
Okay, yeah, so Heritage starting to cycle through some guys. That's good, Reeves. Like I said, you cannot duplicate game reps. Nothing matches being in a game. So
that's number 14, Hudson Ferris, in at quarterback now. So
a little bit bigger guy, yeah. Yep. Number 14, a little lanky, looks to be a good athlete. But, yeah, getting these guys game reps is everything, Reeves.
No doubt, and you know these players are just ecstatic to get game reps like this, especially a whole quarter just to play and really get your film out there and just improve, because for a young player, you know, you're going to make mistakes, but at the same point, it's better to make them in a game like this than in a game that really matters down the stretch.
No doubt. I said it earlier, hey, no pressure in a game like this. As he takes the snap, hands off, another little play up inside behind the right guard, and he goes for a couple more yards, Reeves, as they are just trying to grind this thing down and get out of Dodge. We've
got a cheerleader cheer down here. Don't really know how to describe it. Got some mothers, probably of the cheerleaders down there too.
Kind of like a little mosh going on, a little parental mosh with the cheer.
I will say it's been all smiles and cheers on the Heritage sideline this whole game.
It has. We have some of the parents and crowds starting to cycle out of here, I think, heading to the exits. Don't blame them. This game has long not been in doubt, but yeah, a lot of smiles, a lot of reasons to cheer tonight, Reeves.
So a 3rd and long situation for Heritage Hall here, about 3rd and 9. Going to keep it on the ground here, try to get to the outside, but good rallying by that Pauls Valley defense. And Dave, they've tackled much better in the second half.
They have, and one thing I have to point out that we have not talked about is a very strong uniform game by Pauls Valley. I really dig the mesh of colors. It almost looks like the Georgia Bulldogs out there between the hedges with the black and the red and the silver and the black spikes. Impressed with what I see on that side of the ball. Really.
I'm a huge uniform guy, Dave. What I'm going to say about this one, it's very rare that a 3-color looks, and what I mean by that, your helmet, your jersey, and your pants are a different color, looks good, but they do it with this combo. It looks really good out there. But, Dave, there's some examples out there of 3 colors not looking very good.
Yeah, more than there are looking good, Reeves. I'm right there with you.
What do you think about the Heritage Hall uni game tonight?
Slick. I like the road whites, the icy whites, as people say. And the got a first throw here.
Nice. Oh, nice play. Really nice spinning catch. Again, that was number 88, Porter England. He caught that screen pass earlier in this quarter and now catches a slant for about 15. See what he can do after the catch.
Porter England, yeah, number 88. That was a nice throw, too, Reeves. A good read, put it right between the 8s, gave him a chance to run after the catch, and he did not disappoint.
And you know these backups want to get in the end zone right now. I don't know how much Coach Bogert wants to get in the end zone here, but you know the backups are dying to get a touchdown on the board.
Hey, if they can break one and get in, they are not going to complain. I don't think the coach would either, though. You're exactly right. He would rather it not happen.
So Heritage Hall nearing the red zone here. They've stayed in this pistol look primarily in this 4th quarter, run a lot of up-the-middle type runs with this running back Weedle. Going to do it again, and good tackling again by Pauls Valley, so that's going to set up a 2nd and about 9.
Yeah, Reeves, more of the same, man. Handoff up the middle. They're just, again, just kind of wanting to milk this thing out like they're trying to do, get to the bus and then get back home tonight for school tomorrow. But, you know, they accomplished what they wanted to start the game. They put this thing to bed early and got it to a point where they could start cycling backups in for, like I said, those crucial game reps that you can't duplicate.
If you look at that play clock, they're really letting it go down really to the bare minimum almost. Still at 20 seconds here. They might snap it early on this one, but Coach Bogert, no problem with taking some clock off of the board this drive.
Not in any rush at all, Reeves.
Another handoff up the middle, and good tackling. Again, that was a high tackle right there. You definitely want to be the low man, but it worked out for him.
Yeah, it did. You had a little bit of mess down there at the guy's feet to slow him down a little bit. And, yeah, the guy went in high, and he won the wrestling battle. Not exactly how you draw it up, but it worked.
That might be the old play on film where you got the tackle, but the coach still calls you out in film and says, hey, your technique has got to be better.
Guarantee it will be, Reeves. They are, they'll look at that one in the film room.
So Heritage Hall just methodically going along with this drive.
Barrett Travis going to be the
I think Barrett Travis is going to be our player of the game. He had a nice rushing touchdown.
Well-deserved.
Chargers' only touchdown this half. It was a run on the other end of the field, about a 30-yard scamper to the end zone. Very nice run. And, Dave, Andy Bass was electric tonight. We can talk about him any given night, but when he's able to have a running back that can really move the chains behind him, that just helps a player like him so much.
No doubt about it. Yeah, a quarterback's best friend is a run game, Reeves, and a good offensive line. Heritage has both. You get a good run game that can take pressure off a quarterback. It's not all on his shoulders, though he is good enough to shoulder the load here. But, no, you called it exactly right, man. You get a running back you can hand the rock to and depend on and trust. That takes so much pressure off a quarterback.
Barrett Travis also out there on defense tonight making some really good tackles and stops. So an Iron Man like that at percents where you can play both sides, that's just so impressive. And it speaks to the conditioning of Barrett.
It does as we get
oh, that's a crazy block on the right side. Wow.
As we get, hold your breath, folks, another run up the middle. It's nothing too exotic going on the second half, but we agree with the style. But, no, Iron Man football back in full force, and he no doubt deserves to be the player of the game tonight.
Pauls Valley will take over. Dave, I would guess this will be their last offensive touch of the game. They'd love to get in the end zone, but I expect some runs up the middle like we've seen a lot of the second half.
Yeah, Reeves, there's nothing wrong with that, man. This game, like I said, was over well before halftime. Both teams know that. The fans know it, even though they're hey, it's a big party over here on the Heritage side. They're going to enjoy this win, and I can't blame them. As the Panthers come to the line, number 16 quarterback in the shotgun. He's going to, I think, a broken play, and he's going to pay the price for it and get pounded about the line of scrimmage on a quarterback run up the middle.
Looking at the Heritage Hall schedule going down the line here, next week, Dave, they're back home, and they're taking on the Douglas Trojans, who are struggling this year. 0-4 on the season, Dave. Last week, 61-6 loss at the hands of Plainview.
Wow. Well, I don't know what to say about that, except I would not want to be a Douglas fan, going to play what I'm seeing here tonight. Heritage is legit, and that sounds like the opposite of legit, so good luck with that one.
Then on down the line, they go at Dixon, the Dixon Comets, who recently lost 51-7, so that's another game you're thinking. Heritage can put some points up. They are probably going to look good in that one. Rollout play here. Looking deep.
And no. He, roll out there, had a layer concept, a route, one high, one low. I think he was going for the low, but it happened to land in between both of them, Reeves.
Continuing on with the schedule, then they'll go at Plainview, who's number 7 in 3A. Then they will play Sulphur at home, second to last game of the year. And then, Dave, that last one is very interesting. Versus Marlowe at home. Pauls Valley, we were looking at the schedule. They hung with Marlowe pretty good, 22-7, but Marlowe standing at 4-0 right now. Dave, that could be the real test of the year for the Chargers.
Yeah, Reeves, that is one team I can attest to. Marlowe is legit. They a very good football team. They were last year, and they will test Heritage Hall. They're about the only team in 3AIC that can.
How much have you watched of them this year in person?
About a game and a quarter.
Okay.
Enough to see that they've got what it takes in the trenches, which is where you win football games.
So you think they're a team that could hang with the Chargers?
I do. They're about the only team I have seen in this division that can. But, yeah, that'll be a very interesting game that we might need to be at.
We might need to be in attendance for that one, especially depending on the Marlowe record going into that game, because looking at this Heritage Hall future schedule, Dave, it's looking like they're going to be undefeated going into that game. Now, we don't want to say anything before it happens, but
Reeves Mitchell right here jinxing Heritage Hall. You heard it first.
No, I can't jinx the greatness of Coach Bogert. Not even I.
Solid run on the left side. Reeves, as we're under a minute to go in this showdown of the Pauls Valley Panthers and Heritage Hall Chargers.
That might have been the last play. Maybe time for one more play here before the clock's going to run out. But Dave, it was a complete performance really all around. Barrett Travis is going to win player of the game. But, Dave, let's be honest, there was a host of Chargers who could have won the player of the game.
Yeah, Reeves, take your pick, right? I mean, so many guys stand out and really performed at a high level on offense and defense. I liked what I saw from both sides of the ball of this team. Very complete high school football team, Reeves. But, yeah, very deserving player of the game, though.
Quarterback keeper along the edge. He's trying to get to the sideline. Good little run there on what could be the last play of the game. We will see. They may stop the clock for out of bounds.
Clock is stopped. So he wanted to get to that sideline. He got there, Reeves.
I mean, 25 seconds, Dave. Why not throw it to the end zone here? Why not?
Well, I mean, yeah, dude. He's trying to get out of bounds for a reason. He wants to chunk this thing to the end zone, see what happens.
Let's just see if his coach lets him.
You know, why not? Call it in.
That's what I'm saying.
Dial it up, y'all.
What's the worst that can happen? Picked off in the end zone.
Dial it up. They've had it happen before, so be used to it. Nope, run up the middle, guys.
Nope, we're going to go up the middle, and it was a good run, but I don't think they're going to have time for another play.
I don't either, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's going to do it from Thompson Field. The final score tonight is going to be Heritage Hall 42 and the Pauls Valley Panthers 7. Reeves, a tough-fought battle in the first quarter at least, and then it kind of went to what we thought it'd be, right?
It did, and we talked about Heritage Hall getting off to that fast start. What do? 7-0 right out the gates, and it was kind of on a weird play. 3rd and 16, you're backed up. You're thinking, if you're Pauls Valley, we may get off the field here to start the game. Heritage Hall runs a terrific trick play. Jet sweep pass. Dave, he was wide open. It had to be a good throw, and it was.
Yeah, it really was, Reeves, and I think that set the tone for the entire game, right? You had the home crowd fired up. They just got 2 negative plays in a row on Heritage's offense. The high-powered offense, right? You got them behind the sticks, 3rd down and long, and bam, they hit him with a trick play for a touchdown. That set the tone for the entire game, and that's what we saw.
It really did. You wonder how the complexion of this game would have changed out if Heritage punts there or maybe turns it over. Even you look back to the 2nd down on that drive. It could have been a pick on that first throw on the slant route right here.
Yeah, it really could. There's my man, number 10 for Pauls Valley. I want to watch that guy in basketball season coming up, y'all, because trust me when I say, getting eyes on, he stands out above, well, both teams, Reeves. But, yeah, you're right. A lot of things dictate wins and losses in this game. A couple things here and there shake out early, and you might have a different outcome. I think that Heritage across the board is just too good where it wouldn't have mattered. That's just my opinion.
It is funny, though, how football works. I mean, this was a very lopsided game, but you look back to a few plays, and you're like, if Pauls Valley had made those plays, they could have been different. So, but Pauls Valley, unfortunately, did not make those plays, and Heritage Hall comes out on top here, 42-7. I think we're going to take it to commercial here, and we're going to be right back with our player of the game, Barrett Travis.
Oklahoma's known for its lakes, farm ponds, and creeks. And whether you take a highway or a dirt road to get there, Joe Cooper Jeep gets you to your destination. Right now, buy any Jeep for 10% below employee pricing. Plus, Joe Cooper always gives you more for your trade-in. And remember, we'll beat any dealer's price on a new Jeep by $500, or we'll give you $10,000. Only here at Joe Cooper. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
Back at Thompson Field, final 42-7. Heritage Hall takes care of business and then some. Saw a lot of good things. I was not real familiar with Heritage, to be honest with you, living in the southern part of Oklahoma. But, wow, if there is a better team in 3A, I would have to see it. As we alluded to, Marlowe down the stretch. They sit undefeated right now. I have seen that team play. They do have enough talent in the trenches, I think, to at least make a game of it for a little bit, but by far and away the best team I've seen in 3A thus far is Heritage, as they are on the field. celebrating a well-deserved victory. Not a lot of drama in this one as Heritage, they come out and do what they do. They scored fast, put it to bed early behind tremendous quarterback play, tremendous offensive line play, really good defense. I thought that they bowed their neck when they needed to. They let them drive a little bit between the 20s, but really when it came time to score or not, Heritage able to stand up and really turn away Pauls Valley in a gamey Pauls Valley team that I thought was better than people thought, and I think they're gonna win some games with the style that they play. But no match tonight for Heritage Hall as they go on to win 42-7, another blowout, and continue their quest for a state championship here. And they have the ingredients to do it, and they're led by a quarterback that does not look to be slowing down anytime soon as the crowd is beginning to thin out here at Thompson Field. Really good atmosphere tonight. What was a really good night for football in Oklahoma. We have had a little of a heat wave the last few months, and tonight it was tolerable. It was actually nice to be out. Moths aside, even they are starting to clear out. I think they see the writing on the wall that this thing is over. But I know that our Reeves Mitchell is working his way down to get the player of the game interviewed, and we'll bring you that as soon as we can. But Heritage now walking off the field, bunch of smiles, well-deserved victory. And, they've got something to be happy about going to school tomorrow. So, there was, like I said, there was not a lot of drama in this one. They came out, took care of business like we expected them to, but that's not always a given in high school football. I think having elite quarterback play with Bass, is really the key there. So, again, 42-7 the final. Here from Thompson Field, Pauls Valley Panthers. Looks like Reeves is getting close to go time with our player of the game down there on the field.
I'm here live on Thompson Field with none other than the player of the game, Barrett Travis. Barrett, what was working out there for you tonight?
Well, the offensive line was blocking really well tonight, and I just followed their blocking and just went through their holes. And on defense, I just made my reads and just went through and made my tackles.
Man, Andy's just so prolific at that quarterback position. How can you describe his game?
He's a phenomenal player. He's really good. He's a great leader too, and I don't know, he's just a great player.
Rest of the year outlook, you guys get Douglas next week. They're at 0-4, but what are you guys looking to prove the rest of the season?
We're really going to work on ourselves next week, focus on the little things, the things like critique ourselves in little ways, the things we've been messing up on defense, because we've gotten better each week at defense, but we still got a lot to improve.
If you had to pick a running back that you look up to, that you try to model your style off of, who would you say?
DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray. You heard it here first. Barrett Travis is another DeMarco Murray in the making, maybe. That's going to do it here. Barrett, great game.
Thank you.
We're going to send it back up to Dave.
So they sent it back up.
All right.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Good job, man.
All right, thanks, bro.
Good luck rest of the year.
Thank you.